And here we are. We are back, which means, Rook, take us away.
Last week, our magnificent bastards had to deal with the consequences of hunting, being investigated by the authorities. The members of the cell are individually picked up and questioned by MI5 with varying results, from Victor inviting them inside for tea, to Cecil saying nothing at all, to Vanessa headbutting an agent and getting shot and put in the hospital. The team, minus Vanessa, meet to discuss what to do. The agency crashes the meeting to give the cell a stern warning. Knowing that the show must go on, the team goes to Cecil's apartment to plan their next move. In exchange for the help against the Strigoi, Cecil was asked for help finding out what had happened to a friend of an Abbey member, and given a tablet with a dossier on it. Reviewing the dossier, the team sets to work identifying the creature, which comes to a screeching halt when Cecil is caught following him. Confronted, the creature invites Cecil to have some tea at a nearby cafe, trying to convince Cecil to leave him alone. That decision, of course, is not Cecil's to make, and the cell meets again to decide how to proceed, thinking about ways to capture the spirit and imprison it in the body so it can't flee, but also how to proceed against the watchful MI5. Should the cell try to work with them or simply be extra careful? Should MI5 be hunted too because some of them are psychic? Hidden from the rest of the team, the entity texts Victor for help against this investigation. At the end of the discussion, however, some cracks between the cell members are revealed over how the werebear situation was handled. Some of the cell wanted to capture him, but others of the cell wanted to let him kill other Abbey hunters, so that our cell could get ahead in winning the Black Royal Regatta. Finding out that a whole cell of hunters had been wiped out by the werebear doesn't sit well with some members of the team.
And that is where we are going to pick things up again. So, this conversation has just happened. I'm assuming nobody has looped Nathan in at this point, obviously respecting the fact that his daughter is currently in the hospital.
When Nathan's ready to come back, Nathan will come back.
And I believe Victor was headed to his estate to look into brands and or trinkets, ways we might be able to bind the creature. I think he was going to start doing some research on that. So
Yes, he was.
He was headed to handle that for a bit, I think. And I believe Rick gave him a timeline on useful things for the werebear.
Yes, that was the very last words spoken, essentially.
Okay, guys. We need another lead. The werebear is useless because we've already turned into corporeal. He doesn't really count for anything else unless we buy his house. Feels cheating. We don't know exactly what this thing is, which means it's not going to be easy to catch or capture, and it's probably going to take Victor some time. MI5 psychics are probably spying on us right now. Still not sure how they pulled that one off. Nathan's not back. Ideas? Nora? You're good with the open source research.
You are muted.
You're muted.
I said, I just want to take cool pictures of monsters. The cooler, the better.
We gotta find them so that you can take those pictures.
Yeah.
And I'm good with computers, but it's less about like actual research with them. I didn't know if maybe you could dig around on some of your forums and find something that looked like a plausible lead while we wait on while Victor's flipping rocks for this other thing. Or Vanessa, do you know of anything?
Nah, I'm out. I mean, unless you want to hunt cops.
Can we turn them into the Black Royal Regatta for points?
Maybe.
I don't think they qualify.
Something most dangerous game of all.
Would they count as a folklore legend? I don't think they're old enough.
Okay.
I am curious
we
if
invade the police department. We invade that's their lair. We take that over.
I am curious if they're psychic or if they have something going on, and I wouldn't mind taking a peek inside to find out. But because if they have some tech that's enabling it, I want it.
How much would it be to buy the local police department?
It would.
Some things are not for sale.
It's kind of owned by the government. They probably don't have a price tag on it.
But
It
the
would hurt.
politicians do.
Yes, it would hurt. Let's just phrase it like that. It would hurt the pocketbook. On this note, Nathan, what sort of message would you send out to the group, letting you know that you're kind of sticking your head above water
Oh,
for the first time in a couple of weeks?
all right. I'll say, Chloe's, she's doing better. She's getting stable, so her physical therapy is going to be starting soon. So I should be more free in the future.
And with that, all your cell phones ding.
Bought back. Need a pickup? We're at Cecil's.
Cecil's. No, I got my car. I'll meet you there in a few.
Hi, right. I'm so glad to hear that your daughter is okay. Exclamation mark. And I side-eye Rick, like, the fuck, Rick? Do you not care about his daughter? I know he does because of the story, but, like, I don't know that Nora doesn't know that I wasn't there.
All business, all the time.
She kind of gives me that look, and I'm like, you don't have to say everything. Some people just know.
I will fake gag in character.
Let's see if we can drum some stuff up.
Do I have to roll for that, actually? If I wanted to get a new lead, do I roll, like, computer investigation? Or I guess...
It would be intelligence, and in your case, since you are more of a computer usage person, I will go ahead and allow you to use computers or investigation, whichever one's actually better for you.
Investigation is better.
Okay.
Is there anything I could do to assist her?
I mean, you can roll your intelligence plus investigation to add dice to her roll, yes. If you wish to.
Could I do intelligence plus computer and give computer research to her for her to then take to the second stage?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Could I help with wits and streetwise by, like, seeing what's happening on the ground and talking to people?
If you do that, I will state you will not be there for Nathan's arrival.
Okay, I'll say yeah.
Y'all are turning this into a tactic.
Yes.
All
Correct!
Ooh, nice roll. Dang.
Thank you.
All right, so go ahead and add 4 dice to your roll. And let's see what Nora is able to dig up.
6 successes.
Exceptional success on investigation. So that means take the inspired investigation condition.
Sweet.
Now, as you begin to dig around, there are some news reports that you're finding. They seem linked, at least to, I'm not going to necessarily say an untrained eye, just maybe not the most standard of trained eyes. Now, I am going to ask anybody here. Is anybody here good with Japanese pronunciation?
No.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Notoriously horrible at me.
I will go ahead and send you a private message. If you wish to go ahead and give this particular phrase a try, go right ahead. It's going to be in Romanji. If you want me to do it in katakana, I can do that as well.
No, Romaji is fine.
Okay.
Let me see. Do you send it to the group?
I sent it to you privately on Discord.
Oh.
So,
It's Kyaku Monogatari Kaidan Kai.
all right.
Yeah, that.
I believe you.
Kyaku
No idea what that meant.
Monogatari Kaidan Kai. 100 something Kaidan Kai.
Roughly translated, a gathering of 100 supernatural tales. From everything that you can tell, it is a parlor game that was created in Edo, Japan. Now, you might be kind of thinking here, well, this seems kind of random. However, supposedly, several groups of kids have gone missing in a house that's outside of London. There's nothing in the house from all police investigations. Matter of fact, the house doesn't even seem to have ever been a house, as it consists of only 3 rooms. Now, the only reason anybody has any sort of information on this is because one kid, teenager, survived. This survivor, of course, started telling police about how, they were playing this game and they summoned spirits, and the spirits, devoured his friends that were playing with the game, and he only managed to escape. And pretty much that's where the story trails off. It never seems like either how he survived was ever actually recorded, or maybe it was just taken with so very, very little seriousness that they just scrapped it, so to speak.
It's interesting.
That's awesome.
It'd definitely be worth talking to the kid, I think.
You can always tell when somebody just Wikipedia'd that phrase and just to say that's awesome.
I want to play that game like in real life. Hell yeah. Can we find the kid with the number of successes we have? Do we know who he is?
The kid is a minor, is the problem. So obviously the information, they don't give the information of the kid, not even really a name. Or if there is a name, it's not a name you can necessarily trust due to the fact that this person is a minor.
Man, if we had anybody who had an ally in the police, they might be able to pull that out of a file.
Right?
However, that being said, yes, you don't have a name. You do have an address, though. It does give the address of that location.
House, yeah. Did it give any of the kids' name, or just did it scrub last name, or what?
It gave a first name, but it's one of those names that honestly you look at it and you're just like, this is something that they pulled out of file 1D. Like, even an untrained eye can just be like, this is just a name they pulled out of a file.
Pseudonym? Okay.
John Doe.
Yeah, pretty much.
John Doe without breaking the immersion of the story. Okay. So we've got the address. We can check the house out. I'd like to talk to the kid.
Let's go check it out.
Let's let Nathan. Nathan's on his way. Let's wait for him to get here.
Well, of
You're
course.
gonna just leave Nathan? Jesus, what's wrong with you? You're gonna invite him here and then just not be here when he gets here?
Oh, I think my contact lenses are loose.
You should get LASIK. It's really cheap.
I don't want lasers near my eyes.
That is actually a completely fair assessment there. However, I was going to say this research did take some time. It would have been enough time for Nathan to show up.
Sweet.
Oh,
Right.
good.
Ding dong.
Just in time. We're headed out the door.
Oh, that was quick.
The house ate some kids.
Haunted mansion. Let's go.
All right,
Yeah.
where's it at?
I'll drop a map pin in the group thread so that anybody who's separate can follow it.
I'm assuming somebody's taking off in a helicopter.
I don't think it's here.
I don't think this tower's got a helipad.
Probably not.
Probably
Looks too
not.
thin.
And I think I took I'm on my motorcycle because we came here from the restaurant meeting place, and that was what I used to slip by, and the helicopter's like out flying around somewhere. From where I dipped the cops. How far away is it?
That is an excellent question, and if you were to check the lovely, lovely map we have created, I have
I
just
knew I forgot something.
I have just placed the pin.
There it is.
Knew there'd be something.
It is southwest of Birmingham. It is.
Solid.
Oh, that's not what I wanted.
It is significantly outside of London.
Okay. Yeah. I'm taking a helicopter. I'm just gonna buzz. I'm gonna buzz the driver on. I'm gonna buzz the pilot, and be like, and then drop a. He'll just get a ping, that just has like a map pin for like a local like Home Depot parking lot or whatever they have in London that is the equivalent. That's like the closest thing to Cecil's Towers. Be like, anybody who wants to go the quick way. Yeah, I'm not dealing with this traffic.
I would rather walk.
We do have a BMW as an option.
Is there a lot of country driving, or is it all city?
Mostly country.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. Let's drive.
I'll take
you,
my
Rick.
car.
Sweet, let's do it. Road trip. Let's get some snacks
Woo!
at the 7-Eleven.
Oh my gosh.
Vanessa?
Yeah, totally road trip.
Okay. Looks like Rick's the only one hopping into the helicopter this time.
That's fine.
Na, 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 na.
So with that, obviously, I'm pretty sure Rick's gonna get there before everybody.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Possibly.
he's just going in a straight line.
And he's not bonding.
Yeah.
Bonding.
We will.
Yeah, y'all. It's a 2 hour and 50-minute drive, not counting traffic.
Oh, that's
I'll be there. I'll be there in 20.
I didn't realize it was that far
Enjoy
away.
being alone.
Might take the helicopter.
Oh, Cecil.
Cecil, no! Do not betray me in this moment
it's
of
a-
need.
It's
Riding with me anyway.
it's 168 miles.
That's nothing. I could ride that. Like in a bike.
It looks
That'd
like,
be fine.
so. It looks like Vanessa, Nathan, and Nora are riding in the car together. So Cecil and Rick are gonna be the first to arrive on the scene.
Speed.
We will get to the road trip bonding in a moment.
Be an entire episode right there.
At some point during the road trip, there's gonna be like a Need for Speed thing where like the helicopter like comes down and like up in front of the car, and then like picks back up and then just takes off out of sight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I need to.
I was imagining that scene from Mission Impossible where like the helicopter's like going like into like a train tunnel or whatever, following.
Because Rick's gonna be like, screw with them, just a little bit, and then we got places to be.
But be careful, because that's a car with Thelma and Louise in it.
What's that line from Die Hard? Like you drove into a helicopter. It was all out of bullets or something.
Kill the helicopter with a car.
Anyways, as Cecil and Rick land just slightly away, obviously, just to clear a couple of the nearby buildings, which isn't that hard. This place is mostly empty. You see, it looks like a full-sized house from the outside. Does not look old by any stretch of anyone's imagination. Looks like new construction. So very much maybe one of those cookie cutter houses that both of you would have seen in America. Which is odd. Because, well, this isn't America.
That's very odd.
Go to the back of the helicopter, open the refrigerator, be like, Cecil, lunch?
There's no such things as refrigerators in helicopters.
Oh, there is in this one.
And you're not there for that argument.
oh, trust me. This one holds like 6. It's luxury. It's like the helicopter equivalent of a G6. This thing can get us to Germany and feed us and sleep us on the way. But yeah, Rick will go into the kitchen and fire up and fix him and Cecil like a hot lunch while we wait.
That's so ridiculous.
Be like those 2 chairs. Those have massagers in them.
It's you roll your eyes, but it's custom.
Well, if the 2 of you are just going to have lunch, then I don't see any need to wait on the road trip anymore.
Go ahead.
So, Nathan, you're behind the wheel. I'm assuming the girls are in the back seat? Or is somebody riding shotgun?
Wherever they want. It's probably a little cramped in the back.
I imagine I'm probably probably back or shotgun. No particular preference there. Yeah, the big question is here, who has control of the radio?
Whoever has shotgun has control of the radio.
Yeah, that's Nathan's rule there. Unless he really doesn't like the music, then he'll veto.
How does 500 miles sound? No?
Only once.
Only once?
What? You're outnumbered, Nathan.
Again.
I can't. I'm the type of person that will listen to the same song 78 times on repeat and have a blast every time.
Only 78.
If it was if it was a better song, then yeah. But that one gets old on Nathan's. It irritates
the ultimate road trip song.
Hell yes. And I'm sure we got some I'm googling London snacks, convenience store snacks. It's like Mr. Porky's scratchings is like pork rinds, and they're called what's it called? Cheese mini cheddars. They're like kind of like Cheez-Its, and we're really yeah. And maybe Twizzlers. I need Twizzlers to live.
Just
imagine there's all sorts of chips and crumbs falling in between the cracks in the upholstery.
Please don't do that. It's a $3.5 million car.
In the cracks. If you mentioned that, did you say that out loud?
Yes.
I will shove a handful of into the crack without you noticing. Just like in the back. I'm in the back seat, so you'll be saying that I'm like in the sides.
I bought this at auction, so It's really expensive, so try and take care of it. I just really wanted to take it out for a long drive, at least once.
Aw, that's nice.
All this
Make your way downtown, walking fast.
all of this lovely bonding, as stated, goes on for about 2 hours.
How fast can I get this thing? Is there any good straightaways?
Rick, there's like a scene where it cuts over and Rick's like shaking a drink shaker. He's like, "Do you vodka or do you like a gin martini?" As he's like shaking.
Hate Rick.
There's like a little charcuterie thing that he's like fixing up.
So then cuts that to us drinking like Sprite out of a crazy straw that's glasses, you know?
And you know what? Cecil is not at all surprised. It's like he doesn't know these things are in Rick's helicopter, but Rick is just like tossing stuff at him, and Cecil's like, "Yeah, okay, that makes sense."
Yeah, I love the clean, luxurious. Looks like the inside of a private jet helicopter. Martinis. Then it cuts to like Nora with cheesy hands getting stuff between the feet.
Oh my god!
Bar.
The cheesy.
Yeah, like Cheetos, like Cheeto crumbs. You have like
so-
burgers. Hell yeah, I go.
I'd have had somebody here to roll sushi, but this was last minute. Sorry.
So
Oh my god!
with that,
I will wipe my Cheez-It hands on the upholstery of your helicopter too.
Oh, okay.
First chance I get.
well, you're gonna have that chance as you eventually pull up. You see what almost looks like a martini bar in the back of this helicopter as you guys pull up the road and obviously kind of off to the side to meet up with the other two that took the easy route.
I roll my eyes so hard that I can hear Nana Lee's voice saying that if you do that often enough, they'll get stuck like that.
Rick walks out like popping his back. He's like,
Enjoy your
Good
wait.
drive? Oh yeah, it was great. Did you have a good drive?
Oh, it was awesome. Got this thing up to like 120.
Look at Vanessa and be like, you got like Cheez-It dust on your hands. Do you need some wipes?
Wait, what?
Looks like they were eating in your car.
Well, I knew they were eating. I told them to be careful. Did you use?
I'm sure.
Check the
I'm
car.
I'm sure
Nathan, roll
Nora had
perception.
the utmost respect for your expensive luxury items. It's not a problem.
Yes. What's composure?
Journalism!
Oh, you hit it well.
He can, as you see him, Nora, start inspecting the car. For some reason, he just seems to be glancing over the rampant destruction that is the back seat currently.
The destruction is just like deep in the crack, like where the seatbelt ends. You can't see it from
Like she
above.
stuck her hand into the
Oh,
seat.
is that sticky?
You'll only see it when you start getting ants.
Okay. Well,
There's gonna be a day when it goes in, because every time you drive it, obviously you have to go have it detailed.
yeah.
Before you shock it. Somebody's gonna be like, "Dude, I found the weirdest stuff in your back seat." But by then, Nora's gonna be
Gone, yeah.
Nora's gonna be on the other side of London.
It was me.
It was about at this point that obviously you guys would start to notice it is starting to get dark. There was, early midday tea, then there was some research, and now a 2-hour drive. You're pushing nighttime.
So did y'all do any
God.
work before we got here, or you just been?
We did just as much work as you did.
Ah! Oh, boo. Can't do work alone, Rick.
Look, I just restocked the liquor bar, and the charcuterie only is like, look, we were hungry. What did y'all eat?
At this, I'm gonna kind of hide behind Vanessa and use Vanessa as like a human shield for my aggression. I'll be like Timon and Pumbaa when Timon is like, hold my tail, Pumbaa. Yeah, like, no, hold my tail. Like, you don't get
The poor helicopter driver.
He's just been sitting there.
Yeah, just the invisible guy in the seat.
Well, he gets paid per hour, right? So
I've got
No.
salary, I'm sure, retainer.
Yeah,
He's comfortable.
paid well.
No drinks for him though.
No.
No drinks.
he has like Minecraft on his phone or whatever.
He has Minecraft on the PlayStation 5 on like the 40-inch like 8K screen in the back. What are you talking about?
Like, I'm gonna walk away from
Seriously, do you live in this thing?
No, but they're like
Sometimes.
it's like
Pretty
a,
sure he
it's like
wouldn't
a,
be
it's like a
good.
fi- it's like a $15 million custom helicopter that can seat up to like 12 people, but I've got it set to only seat like 4 with a bunch of extra room and stuff, and can do like 1,600 nautical miles, so it's equipped for like hours of flight time.
As
Someone
the
set it on fire.
It's the Sikorsky VH-92.
This is your fault, Wyverian. You gave us all this money.
Gave us money.
I did give
All
you
of the
money. I did
He
give
was like,
you money.
y'all are gonna be rich and you're gonna have some dots, and I was like, so I'm gonna have all the resource dots. That was the first thing I did, was max out resource dots, and it was like, what do I have left now?
Not only rich, but flaunting it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because then I took arrogant as a vice. Yay!
So, now that we're all here and we're ready to work,
We're gonna spend the night in the haunted house, right?
Yeah, naturally.
the house
That's how
that
this
ate the
works.
kids. Yeah.
So what are we doing here? I didn't really get a good explanation other than go here.
Sleepover.
No,
Yeah,
how-
because we
how-
didn't
how-
tell him anything in the ride. We were just like sitting and talking shit, and like he has no clue. We did not fill him in at all.
We're probably supposed to like fill him in on what's been like
Yeah.
happening, and like he has no idea.
They've just
Like,
been
I'm
singing songs and bad mouthing Rick, and that's it.
I'm sure there were like at least 3 different points where he was like, so about this house, and Vanessa was like, ooh, this song, and just turns it up. But Rick's like, yeah, so me and Nora was doing some digging while Victor's working on the whole ghost thing that we need to fill you in on. But basically some kids came to the house and now they're all gone. One survivor. We don't have much. Fake name on him. We'll have to hunt the kid down later. But we had the address of the house. So we're gonna check it out.
Sure, it's not just like a trafficking thing.
The kid threw a story that seemed kind of wild. There weren't a lot of details because they probably didn't believe him. But it's tied to Nora. What's the thing? I can't say the thing.
It's the Hyakumonogatari Kaidankai. It's like
No way.
That's
like a
far
night
too many syllables for me.
100. It's a
I honestly don't know what language she's
supernatural things.
Yeah,
What?
Rick talking to me was like, I don't actually know what language she's speaking. But-
It's English.
I'm fairly certain that's not right.
Not my English.
That's the one I mostly know.
That's not
And
the Queen's English. Thank you very much.
We
But,
spell color with a U over here.
Color.
Color. To be fair, they spell color with you in everywhere else other than the U.S.
We lazy.
How do I
Yeah.
spell it?
The
Don't need that you here.
Yeah, we cut a lot of the U's off over here on purpose.
flavor.
It was we literally cut the letters out for spite.
Just for ad space.
Merkin.
It's for
But,
capital reasons.
So what is that from?
It's a legend from Japan about the gathering of 1,000 supernatural beings, or 100 supernatural beings. Sorry, but we don't know what this kid saw.
Yeah, and we're in England. Last I checked.
yes.
Unless
Yeah.
that changed in the last 200 miles.
I mean, where did you drive to?
Oh, drove straight here.
Yeah. Yeah. So we didn't really have much else to go on, so we're here. Maybe the kids left something behind. Maybe the kid that escaped left something behind. I'm sure the cops have come and gone, but they're not looking for the same things we are.
How long ago did this happen?
The story, or the specific police report that you picked up on, has been within the last week.
Oh,
However,
this is fresh.
it's very fresh. However, this is not the first group of kids either. This goes back about 3 years.
All in this house.
All in this house, but there's never been any sort of physical evidence outside of the kids obviously setting up what needs to be set up for the game to be played. So, all fingerprint dusting, etc., that, according to the article, has always just come up the kids. There has never been anything else, so the house isn't in any sort of disrepair, as you guys can see, at least from the outside, so there's no reason to condemn the place. You know, cops might be...
Uninhabited, right?
Not that you can tell. You could probably suspect the cops do have eyes on it, obviously. However, the vanishing kids don't necessarily... It's not usually like any sort of pattern to it. It literally does seem to be whenever kids get up enough testosterone to actually try and do something like this, that it happens.
So, with that exceptional success that we got, would we have been able to locate? I don't actually know if it's as easily available information in the UK as it is in America, but ownership records, like tax records and property tax records on the property in the house, that would point us to an owner that we could, like, after we're done here, we might be able to go talk to somebody or something like that.
There is no owner outside of whoever handles the actual selling of the house, so to speak. As in, it's completely vacant and technically up for sale, according to the for sale sign that you're seeing in front of it.
Oh, is
So
it a
we-
second house?
So it's owned by a bank, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bank or a real estate agent or development agency or something has purchased it. Okay. All right. Let's go take a look around the place. Perimeter sweep and then move inside.
Yep.
Nora,
I'll,
you got a spare GoPro or anything?
Probably.
Yes,
I mean-
I have. a
Yeah,
bag.
I need a camera. If we're doing a haunted house, there has to, like, everybody
I
needs a
pick up
camera.
I pick up a GoPro and like a GoPro with like night vision,
Oh, it's nice.
so you can like strap them like one at
Yeah.
a time.
Like straight out of Phasmophobia.
I assume Cecil brought his little, like, parkour scouter bag.
Yeah,
Like-
but Cecil's going up to the roof.
Yeah.
It is essentially it is what would look like a two-story house.
Rick probably wouldn't have any of his, like, specialty stuff other than just his pistol, because we didn't go back to the penthouse and back, and he wouldn't have grabbed that stuff to ditch the cops for a cafe meeting. So,
Nathan has a few things in the trunk, but on him just a pistol.
you got any night vision in there? For when the sun rises?
I do from the last one we did on, yeah. I mean, I got a scope if you want a scope. Oh wait, no, I had goggles the last time, didn't I?
You had both.
I did, yeah.
And you did a night vision goggles, and then you had your thermal scope, and you would switch back and forth.
Yes.
I think you had a couple of each, and that was just the configuration at the time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll grab those.
If you would you have more than one pair?
I suppose I could. Yeah. One for me.
Why
And,
not?
well, why not? Spares.
I'll take one if you do. Won't put them on yet because the sun's not down all the way, but for when the sun drops, just in case. Like throw the bag over my shoulder or whatever.
Mhm.
To pull them out later. I guess me and Nathan do a perimeter sweep.
It's a bunch
This
of
would be-
farmland.
Me and Vanessa will go inside the house. Hell
Yeah, can we peek in the windows and stuff like that?
Mhm.
Yeah, and this will be something we'll probably. I don't know if Nora. I don't many people would have really seen it. Cecil would have seen it when we went into Nathan's house, but everything was so hectic. I don't know how much attention he would have paid, like watching Rick and Nathan like move in tandem doing a clear and sweep. It would be very obvious that they know exactly what they're doing, and that they've worked. Yeah, they've worked. It's not only obvious that they know what they're doing. It's obvious that like there's nonverbals, there's nonverbal communication. Like they've done this before and they've done it together a number of times, and it looks clean and professional.
Yeah,
Hex symbols and everything.
To the second floor. He wasn't watching you guys enter.
Yeah,
Well-
and it's like
well,
we're like
they're
right
doing-
behind each other. We're at different angles, different watches. We're moving in tandem. Like it's gonna look clean and professional.
Well, they're being all clean and professional. I just go straight for the door.
Shoe straight in.
Yeah. Assume if it's not locked,
first.
if it's locked, I will use a bit of elbow grease.
It is locked. So
You're gonna headbutt the door.
If it's locked, I will use my breaking and entering ability.
Oh, by all means.
You have to race Vanessa before her boot goes through the door.
Like I knew there was a reason I got the breaking and entering specialization. I get to use it. Yes. Okay. So I roll larceny and
dexterity.
Probably Dex. Yeah.
what is it?
Dexterity.
Dex.
Yep, and then you add 1 dice to that roll because of your specialty.
Sweet. Hang
Is
on.
there
Is the
Alchemy.
larceny an asset skill for you?
What do you mean?
Is
Special
it,
training.
Is the larceny one of your asset skills from your professional training?
No.
Okay.
And to answer your question, no, there does not seem to be a balcony or anything. It is a more or less residential style roof, so it's got that nice slant to it. But you do have access to what you would assume would be second story windows.
I was gonna ask if there were any open windows.
No open windows, they're all closed.
I got 1 success.
This lock is a relatively newer lock, so it's a little bit tougher than you might imagine, but it still clicks and opens. Now, I have a very, very important question before we get to Vanessa and
Roll
Nora.
initiative.
Oh.
Cecil, how exactly are you going to go in through one of the closed windows? Are you?
Cecil is gonna get up onto the roof to like, as part of like Nathan and Rick doing the perimeter thing. He's gonna be up on the roof to like look at the back of the house and like scout from above, like back and sides,
Yes.
before figuring out where he's gonna go.
Yeah, that doesn't take too long for you to do. So that still leaves with the question: how do you plan? Do you plan on going in through one of the upstairs windows?
So he would first be looking for some kind of a second floor balcony, but if there's no balconies, he'd probably go back and check the front, and if they're going in, he might just drop down and go in behind them.
Okay, then that's probably what you would end up doing then. Which
Ooh, before he goes
Kinda hard
in,
to open a window.
Hang on, and I'll strap a GoPro onto him too. Like, I'm gonna get a picture of whatever the fuck is here.
Because it's kind of hard to open a window when you're dangling from the windowsill.
true. With your level of parkour, though, probably be something you could do.
It's possible, but I'm just,
You run up the building and open the window, and then you run back down the building and jump in the window.
As Nora opens the door, you realize how bad of an idea going through an upstairs window would have been, as there is no second floor on the inside.
Ooh, we have a poem in Brazil about this house.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Well, I'll
we're
be fine.
So as Cecil, Vanessa, and Nora look into this room, it is just a massive room that you can see. You do see a door on the far wall to the left and another door on the far wall to the right. However, this room literally takes up almost a third of the house. It looks almost unfinished, except for like all the walls are put together. It's not just like, the framing of a house. It does look exceedingly empty, and it definitely looks like that there was supposed to be a second floor, but for some reason, they decided not to make a second floor.
Is there like a Zillow where we can see how much this house is going for in the market or something? Because like they should not be asking for much.
You'd be able to find it, yeah. It is described specifically as a build your own home. So it seems like the idea is this is the majority of the framework of the house, and it's meant for the person to buy it and then continue to build.
Fixer-upper.
Not necessarily fixer-upper.
Or like
is
this
there-
is
They're
your
like
problem
blank
now.
slate.
More like
How was-
more like custom design, custom to build at purchase.
Yes, pretty much.
How are there
build out
second floor windows but no second floor?
Looks like that they had probably used some scaffolding, etc.
It seems odd that
Well, if you want to put a second floor in, you can. It is a build your own house.
Guess I go into this room and I'm gonna have like a look around. Any eldritch symbols or like extinguished blunts like lying around? Like
Or,
I'm gonna
knowing
try to.
Vanessa, is there any vials of vampire blood laying around?
That's exactly.
Vampires.
The only thing that you see are essentially as you move around. There's nothing in this first room. The second room that you come across, though, does seem to have what looks to be a couple of lanterns laying about. They're those kind of typical,
Old
Asian,
oil lamp.
no, Asian style lamps. The
Oh,
more of the
Paper
paper.
ones?
Yes. And in that same room is or as you move into the next room, sorry, there is a small table with what looks to be a shattered mirror. Which, as Nora moves around, being the one that has done the research, there's not nearly enough lanterns in that one room for the 100 that there would need to be. But the mirror follows suit. Everything looks like, they were definitely playing this game. Whether or not they actually had 100 lanterns, you can't say for certain. There's certainly not 100 in there now, though.
So how does this game work? What do they do?
Can I explain it?
You're the character that looked it up. Go right ahead.
It's basically somewhat I used to play this game as a test of courage. You have 100 lanterns in a room that are lit up, or 100 candles. And every time you tell a scary story about a monster, you blow out you bring the candle to in front of the mirror, and you blow out the candle. And every time you tell a scary story, the room gets darker and darker and darker, until if you blow out the last candle, you summon the spirits that you were talking about. Technically.
So it's like Bloody Mary, but more poetic.
Yeah.
100.
And 100 of them, yes.
Huh. Okay.
Pretty cool.
Y'all want to play a game?
We don't have 100 lanterns and candles, but if this is real, we don't need the kid. We could. I mean, if there's something legitimately here, the game may not need to get played. Maybe it's just coming out to do its thing when people are here. maybe we can come back in a day or two and play a game. Do a little research on how to put a ghost in a bottle, put a spirit in a bottle.
Yeah, we don't know what exactly it is we're dealing with.
Oh,
We'll talk to the kid and see what he saw before we
yeah.
coerce ourselves into a situation. I mean, you can totally do it if you want. Like, I'll be super supportive of you doing it by yourself, but like, I'm not gonna be here for that.
I've never had such kindness from you before, Nora.
I don't even know
I
100
have
much stories.
people to care about, so. And so does Nathan. And I'm assuming Vanessa. Maybe Cecil. I don't know much about Cecil's past. But anyways, let's not summon the demons and let's go find this kid.
I think you just took a lot of words to agree with me.
No, because you were saying, we don't need the kid. We can just summon the spirit ourselves tomorrow. So I 100% disagreed with
I
you.
said come back in a few days when we've done our research.
No, you said summon the kid. Somebody rewind the tapes.
Well, you're recording or still, right?
Yeah. A number of cameras going on.
Yeah, I'll rewind my
So-
GoPro.
I do need to ask a very important question.
That's never good.
As you guys have been moving around, as stated, it's literally 3 rooms in this house. Has anybody attempted to go back outside?
The door has been open. We're not amateurs. Rick, did you close the door?
Oh, we came in the back door.
So the door is open.
Is
That
it?
doesn't change
I
my
would-
answer or change the
No,
question.
I was gonna say I think we've only been in 2 of the 3 rooms. So like after the little spat, Rick's gonna be like, "Ugh, whatever," and then I'm gonna go over and open the 3rd and do a quick clear on the 3rd room.
Well, the first room had nothing in it. The second room had the few lanterns in it, and then the 3rd room had the mirror in it. So you've been in all 3.
I thought there
I
were
thought
a
they
few
were all
lanterns and a mirror in the 2nd room, and we had not gotten to the 3rd room.
No, the 3rd room is the one with the mirror.
Okay.
And there's no staircase anywhere.
Not on the inside, no.
Just walls to the ceiling, 2 stories up.
Yep.
This is a single-story, 2-story building.
That would be nice for aerial yoga.
It is just
You jump
they
the
built they built the frame and the supporting walls, and then stopped.
It's like if you want a trampoline in your house.
But who builds a whole ceiling for the 1st floor for a house that has 2 stories worth of height to it, and they don't put in a staircase that leads above the ceiling?
There's not a ceiling in
I
it. It's
think
There's
you're
no
thinking
ceiling.
about it too
you
much.
walk into the first. You walk in on the 1st story, and you look up to the top of the rafters of the house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's no there is no divider. There is no z-axis divider
Just
between
a lot
the.
of empty space above us.
Yes.
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 I'm not sure I like that anymore.
You like that?
Like if you'd have climbed in a window on the 2nd floor, you would have then jumped down to the 1st floor.
Exactly.
Because there's
There's nothing.
It's
On the plus side, you got a lot of
Who
headroom.
does that?
It's framework and
It's a
supporting
build your
walls.
own house, Cecil.
It's because they built the frame and they built the supporting walls, and there was probably framed out for the floor between the middle and some of it, but then the ghost ate a bunch of people and they left.
Like they're gonna eat one of us now.
Well,
Well, we're not gonna actually. If they never
Not it.
finish construction, what are the chances?
Oh no.
What are the chances that a bunch of construction people sat around in a room and played that game to summon a spirit in the house
Very unlikely.
before
That-
they got killed and stopped construction?
That does seem highly unlikely.
I feel like there would have been
Rick's-
something in the news
Rick's gonna-
about construction workers disappearing like
Rick's
that.
gonna check his watch and see what time it is.
feel like a Blair Witch thing.
Probably pushing 8-10 p.m. Somewhere in that range. So let's say 9.
Cool.
Looks dark out the windows.
Yep.
All right. Let's Do we have anything else we can learn from this? We need to talk to the kid. We need to figure out who the kid is and go talk to him and see what they saw. Because that's gonna
Is there
drive
any like
research.
loose hairs or DNA?
I was just going to ask if there was any indication of like how long the house has been empty, like is like dust on the floor. So I guess her question about hair would kind of lead into that too.
It is not dusty. It is somewhat maintained. Obviously, there's a little bit of dust because whoever, obviously, you're assuming if the ritual was done right, there were 100 lanterns. Obviously, there aren't 100 lanterns, so there's been people, coming and going. There's some slight dust with some footprints, but like it's not like this place has been abandoned 15 years and there's dust all over the place. It doesn't seem like, oh, this place is unkempt. It's just like, it's a new thing. They probably aren't planning on showing it to anybody right at this moment, probably due to police involvement. So they're not necessarily keeping up with everyday cleaning.
No graffiti on the wall.
No.
Carekeepers probably come infrequently and during the day. Maybe during construction, a bunch of kids broke in and performed it the first time and got it right. And now whatever it is lingering and is about to kill us all. And since then, when a bunch of kids get crazy and come out here and spend the night, they die. And they don't actually need to perform the ritual, and it just toys with them and lets them get a little ways because it likes the way it likes to feel the fear. I'm gonna walk over to the mirror and just like
it is broken, just so you know.
It like broken, like there's no mirror left, or broken like it's shattered.
It's shattered. So there's a couple of pieces that are still in the frame, but most of it's on the small table that it's sitting on.
Okay. Just gonna kind of like I'm gonna like pick up one of the pieces and kind of hold it up to the mirror next to one of the ones that's in there, and just kind of look at it and hold up. I imagine there's some light behind me because we got like GoPros rolling and watches and cell phones and stuff. And just kind of see. Rick's just kind of curious if he sees anything that he wouldn't see that he thinks he might not see if he turned around and looked at everybody.
You don't see anything like that. The mirror is somewhat. There definitely seems like a manufacturing error with this mirror. It's not necessarily the clearest. It does definitely look a bit cloudy. It definitely was maybe an antique that was brought in.
There's not like a sixth person resting a hand on Nathan's shoulder or something.
No, there's not.
Okay.
Nora, you were gonna say something?
I have trained observer as a merit. So it says my character who spent years in the field catching tiny details, digging for secrets. They have a better chance of finding important things. So every time I make a perception roll, I benefit from 9 again quality. With the 3-dotted version, which I have, I get 8 again. So I would like to do that.
Roll a perception. Go right ahead.
Do I also roll investigation or just perception?
It would just be perception.
Wits.
Wits
Okay.
plus composure.
Yep. 8 again. Roll. 2 successes.
As you begin to look around, the minor amounts of dust on the floor that have been disturbed, as you move around that second room, you do definitely count 100 spots. As you kind of go through, you count obviously the available lanterns, and then you can see where maybe a lantern has sat in the dust. It's very, very minute though. And you're able to count it up. You're reasonably sure you didn't double count or anything like that. There were definitely 100 lanterns in this room.
Recent enough that the dust disturbances of a fairly decently maintained place are still visible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, minorly.
Right?
I've been
3
taking
weeks ago.
photos of the clues that I find, like
Of course.
investigative, like not a PI, but like I don't want to say cop, so I'm not gonna say cop.
Are they still
Vanessa might headbutt you.
are they still Polaroids?
No, some of them are Polaroids, but I have a digital camera too. So with digital camera, I can take more photos. But it would do well to just take random Polaroid photos because ghosts show up in Polaroids. So every once in a while, you just go and shake it out. Oh, you don't shake it out. You're not supposed to shake it out.
Yeah, you don't shake those out. That's bad.
No.
So, that leads me to my previous
Earlier
question, though.
I guess once we wrapped and she's done that, yeah, we'll go to head back outside, right?
Who's first?
I'll go first.
I was saying
Nathan.
Rick and or Nathan would probably head out into that first room first.
Nathan,
Nathan.
Let's go,
Get-
boys.
give me resolve composure minus.
Minus
13.
What?
What?
Chance die.
Well,
You got
yeah,
this.
I'm just. No, I'll do the minus 13. We'll see how it does.
How
It's still gonna be a chance die.
Yeah, it's
Of course, it's 0 successes.
You didn't actually roll.
Oh,
the
didn't roll.
chance die.
Fine. I'll just
Yeah.
Yeah.
roll chance then.
Yeah.
Come on.
10.
Ha!
Hey!
Okay. So,
Look, Nathan's had a rough couple of weeks, and at this point, he's just like, nah, man.
all right.
If anyone deserves to get out of here, it's Nathan.
Nathan walks straight outside. Nothing looks any different. Who follows him out?
Feel-
I mean, Rick
Rick
would be right
said he was
behind him.
next?
Yeah, Rick would be right behind him.
Give me resolve plus composure minus 13. Chance die.
Everybody rolls a nat 10. Come on.
Yeah, just roll a chance die.
Hey, if that happens, then that happens. Like,
Nope.
Oh. 7.
Rick, as you walk through the door, expecting to be right behind Nathan, what you see in front of you is the room that you just came out of. You see the back of everybody's head.
There's nobody behind him trying to exit, and they hit each other.
Does that
There's some
mean
Doctor Who shit.
we hear footsteps behind us?
As I'm assuming, as soon as he steps back into the room, he probably freezes immediately. So you probably wouldn't hear the first
Yeah, I
footfall.
step in, and Rick immediately just kind of stops
And then. Oh, yeah.
and
I'll
kind of
probably.
looks around. Instinct is probably pulling his pistol immediately.
That you would hear. And Vanessa, you were next.
Yeah, I'd be next.
You'd hear the clip, like the snap of the buckle and the sheath pop, like behind you, like.
The room,
Yeah.
What
Vanessa.
the hell?
Vanessa, the room you enter into is the room with the mirror.
Hey, wait a moment.
Well, and so Cecil would be like, would not be trying to exit, but like turn around and look to hear what that sound was.
You see Rick going, "What the hell?" and like pulling up and being like really confused and seeing you and immediately putting the like not pointing at you. Like he'd immediately go down to low ready so he's not pointing at you.
So I'm not gonna try to exit. I'm gonna go set up cameras in the corners of the rooms.
All right.
Nathan,
Yeah, I'll call back. What's up?
He's
Hear it?
outside. Holy shit.
do we hear him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask if I heard them, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do.
Stay out there.
Or stick a hand in.
No, don't do that.
Well, to pull one of us out if he can
Nope.
hold his hand.
Nope. Are there windows in either of these rooms?
You don't know that.
Yes, there
Don't
are.
just shut down my ideas. Women can have opinions.
What? What?
Okay.
Nora.
Stop trying to put down Nora, Drake.
She's trying to. Nathan, the house is eating us. Just stay outside.
Do you want me to blow it up?
No. Let's call that Plan F.
F.
Are there
So-
windows in either of these rooms?
The
Yes,
door is
there are
door is
plenty
still
of
open.
rumors.
Go
Yes,
ahead.
door is still open.
I'm not going to enter, but I'm going to be looking inside now.
You see that for some reason Rick is on the far right side of the room, as if he had entered that room from the room with the lanterns.
Where's Vanessa?
She's in the room with the mirror.
Yeah, I'm in the room.
know out
I'll
of
try to
character,
move
but, like-
into the main room from the room with the mirror.
So
Uh-oh.
I have
Hold
like
up,
a live
I do have to double check.
on my phone. Somebody else tried to leave.
I need another chance die. It's whenever you cross an intersection.
Hey,
Ooh, every threshold.
So this time, you almost walk in. Cecil, are you still near the front door?
Yeah.
Vanessa, you almost walk directly into the back of Cecil.
I come walking back into the house.
Yes.
Wow.
Wait, did I go out the front door?
Yes. There's
So
only
what
one.
did I
You
see?
just saw me like materialize in the front door.
Yes, pretty much.
Did he just watch Vanessa apparate in front of him and
Yes.
bump into Cecil?
Yes.
And like we're all in the house and can watch this shit happening, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rick's gonna be like, doors, cool. Let's try something. And I'm gonna take the butt of my pistol and smash a window and try to climb out of a window.
Did you try opening the window before you smashed it?
I absolutely did not.
Give me
Man.
a chance die roll. Oh, this is.
Oh God!
Computer.
So he slices his arm open in the mirror of the window.
Why is it saying?
I think this is for the.
There we go. I had it in select.
I mean, it's
slowly
still chance, so.
There we go. Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, you're going to, as you try to climb out the window, you legitimately climb right back into the window on the second floor, which means you fall.
I love this house.
Everybody in the first room
I
can.
have this in footage. I have this filmed of like Rick just falling from the second floor.
Okay.
You get hurt?
He's gonna take 3 points of bashing damage just from the sheer shock of it all. It's not something you.
Sure.
It's not
What
something
does
you
that
could.
mean?
Nothing really much now. You're a bit bruised.
That's
I
it.
do
Yeah.
a slashy.
Yeah, just one
slash
slash.
and 3 boxes.
Okay, one slashy. I don't know how this game works.
You don't take damage enough.
His ego
That's
is bruised
that's
more than his health.
That's intentional. Okay, I'm kind of like slowly push my way up. Pretend like
I'm gonna
I don't
go
hear
through the
no
door
laughing.
backwards. Like I'm gonna be facing the room and then walk backwards out of it and see what that does.
I love the Scooby-Doo logic. Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Unfortunately, I need another roll.
Yeah.
You probably could do the whole Scooby-Doo running through all the different doors.
This time, you end up going through the broken window that Rick created. You,
What?
You
I
go
thought-
you go from walking, and then all of a sudden, it seems like you've decided to start crawling. Like even your brain is creating a logical fallacy. It doesn't understand how that works.
One minute you're
Because she was going back.
So was I crawling backwards into the room or am I crawling forwards into the room?
Forward. As stated,
Ah.
there's definitely some cognitive dissonance going on here.
Okay, I'm gonna get a piece of the mirror and hold it up and be like, somebody go through a door and I want to watch you in the mirror.
I get through a door.
Perfect. I was gonna say perfect timing because
Oh.
like Cecil was gonna like try to walk out the front door to join Nathan just to be like, I'm walking out of here.
Confidence.
I'm gonna like hold a piece of mirror up and watch him in the mirror and see if I see anything different in this, like, because you said it was like a manufactured dude, but you also described it as kind of antique.
Yes.
So I want to see if this mirror shows something different happening than what we're watching with our crazy brains.
Cecil, you end up walking in from essentially the mirror room into the lantern room. And there is nothing different. You just see him disappear and then kind of reappear right in front of you as you would probably be facing that room while trying to watch him through the mirror.
And in the other room, you hear Cecil be like,
You wanted to be the cool guy that just walked out.
This is awesome. And I love that Nathan is the only one that is just like safe. They're like, get
He's laughing.
out!
He's laughing. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
But then he's gonna go to his trunk, grab some rope, and throw one end in and see if that does anything.
The rope flies through just fine. It lands right where everybody would expect it to.
Luke's gonna
I
pick
grab
it up.
onto the rope.
I was gonna say I'm gonna pick it up and like tie it around my wrist. Yeah, Vanessa, you too.
Yeah,
I'll do like a double.
No, you first.
Like,
You first.
Are you sure?
So
That's what.
brave.
Oh no! Yeah. Like,
I'm gonna start pulling. Whoever's on it is on it.
Pull me. I'm gonna tie it off on my wrist and be like, pull me.
All right.
All right, give me that
Oh,
roll.
Damn it!
That was close.
Oh, that was very close. Yeah.
You end up in the same room as Cecil, just coming in from the opposite way. The rope.
Is the rope still on his arm?
Yes, the rope is still on his arm. It's just much longer. It's like all of a sudden Nathan had let go of the rope, and then Rick had moved with the rope to his current position.
So the rope got strung out through the rooms back to where he is.
Yes, pretty much.
Instantly just kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have no rope burns,
The
no.
rope is like disappearing into the doorway.
No, the
No,
rope
no.
looks perfectly fine. It just, the rope somehow extended to be able to be the length that Rick would have traveled normally.
The rope goes from Nathan in the door through the house to me, where I apparated, and is tied off as it was before I tried to walk in there. Nathan, do you have any explosives in the trunk?
Of course.
Let's make a new hole.
All right. Plan F.
What's
Blow up the house.
What's the house made out of?
It is essentially, as I had described it, it is a... Is your character American?
No,
Okay.
she's British.
It's hard to explain. You might have heard of like the cookie cutter houses in America. That's essentially what this looks like. It's very much just bare bones. It's meant to be very basic. Just essentially, here's the outer frame. Somebody live in this, please.
Oh,
Well,
I
it's
was asking like what it was made out of. Like, is
It's
this
like
brick, wood?
wood
It's
frame and
wood with
drywall.
like cardboard drywall, and then it probably has like some sort of a plastic siding.
So I like. Do I get the feeling that I could Kool-Aid my way out of
You
this?
Vanessa totally could Kool-Aid out of a house. If she,
As long-
if she
but-
well, you have to find the joints though. You have to find
Yes,
the.
so consider there's vertical boards in these house frames, and they're only like
4
They-
feet.
16 inches apart.
they're gonna be closer together than Vanessa's shoulder width.
So she has to go sideways.
You might need to go sideways.
4 feet's interior walls, isn't it?
Who has a stud
Exteriors.
finder?
That they're that far apart. 16 inches.
Yeah,
In
that's
America,
about
anyway.
the side as Vanessa's shoulders.
Don't worry. Nathan's gonna make you a Kool-Aid
It's
hole.
like 38 centimeters, right?
Oh, that's right. Conversion.
And then
I don't know. When you guys talk about inches, I have no
Sorry.
idea what you guys are talking
My
about.
bad.
It's 1 to like
16 inches is 40 centimeters.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like times 2.5 roughly, a little bit more than.
It's a little bit smaller than my shoulders.
So,
if you're gonna
I
charge
haven't
it,
picked up the giant there. Yeah.
go
And
sideways.
you're like a hot, like built up MMA girl, so your shoulders are probably like to here on me.
Yeah.
So
So you're probably like 20 centimeters too big for this door. Or for this passage. Unless you're
I
sideways.
picture Vanessa as basically like Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually bigger than her. She's actually pretty tiny.
You know what, Rick?
Sure, yeah.
Seeing what happened with the rope, I'm glad I didn't grab your hand.
Oh my god, that's amazing! Give him your hand next.
Well, I'm wearing figured like if I reach, okay, so he says that, and I'm like, actually, before you blow up, can I just like reach my hand through the front door? What happens?
I think
you get a roll.
I think you have to make your way out of the room to get to the front door first.
Well, like we're moving through the whole, or it's no, like or whatever doors in front of me.
No,
like,
every
if I just-
transition between a room.
So whatever room I'm in, I just want to reach just my arm through the door.
Okay, first off, I want to say I love the fact that it's saying that there's a wound penalty when I have 0 boxes marked on this thing, which means that the sheet is glitching. So,
The sheet is on the house's side.
I have to refresh mine every so often because if I change things around, it gets weird.
Where'd you get that much power and finesse? Gah.
so at this point, that is a successful attack roll. As you guys,
Oh! I pull out another camera. Quick draw, like, like what is happening?
as you guys continue moving about this house, this mist begins to float up through what you would assume is the floorboards, as the house does have hardwood floors. And as it reaches it starts to fill the room. All 3 of the rooms, about up to nose width, or nose height. At this point, I need everybody, except for Nathan, to take the poisoned tilt.
Ooh.
What does that do?
Nathan, I need a new hole.
Is there a place to put the tilts in the character sheet, or do I just add that to my page?
It can be condition if you
That
want.
page is the,
Conditions all the way at the end.
Yeah, conditions all the way at the end.
Okay.
So, everybody is taking the poisoned condition.
I have to look that up so I know what it does.
Or, well, tilt, sorry.
yeah, I'm looking that up.
All the way at the end. Where? Maybe my thing looks different than yours.
In action scenes, poisoned characters suffer the poison tilt, page 294.
All right. So on your character sheet, it says settings, page 1, 2, 2, and 3, and those.
Yeah.
And then it stars variations, and then conditions.
Is this a moderate or grave poison?
I don't have that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you on 2nd edition or 1st edition?
Or on roll 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, on roll 20. Let me see here. Let me pull up Nora's. It actually does not specify the difference here. Just
Well, do you want to inflict bashing per turn or lethal per turn?
it's going to be bashing.
Lucky you.
Moderate.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't want to kill you guys.
Yes.
Don't you?
So if you don't have conditions, just put it on somewhere on page 3,
That's what I
Just-
did.
just so you know where it is.
Yeah.
Yes, I see. She's on Homebrew 1st edition, Homebrew 2nd edition. There you go. You'll see conditions have just spawned.
Holy shit, like, the whole thing just started moving by itself, and I was like, oh my god, I finally
Ghost.
have guys. Awesome.
I with the development of all this new mist, I will Kool-Aid my way through this wall.
You're not gonna inhale it? Like, good stuff.
Not yet.
Rick is gonna immediately, like, he calls out, he's like, Nathan, we need that new hole now, and then I'm gonna try to just, like, cover my face up and try to hold my breath until I hear an explosion.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the trunk, grab a nade.
What do I need to break this damn wall down?
Strength plus athletics, and obviously strength performance does count here because this is not combat. You're not fighting the wall.
Fight the
Strength,
wall.
Stamina with how like I read a bunch of like stuff for like how like brute force works in this game. It seems to be keyed off stamina for like raw feats of strength. That's how like the whole strength performance kind of like words itself, and reading like the whole strength attribute says like that kind of stuff would probably be stamina.
Okay, if you want to go for stamina.
Yeah.
I figured
all
strength
right.
was a better roll for you.
Strength stamina, actually. No skill.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I could see it. It makes more
Rather
sense
than-
than stamina plus athletics. That's why I was kind of like, I mean, I guess if the book says it, fine.
I would have thought strength athletics, but strength stamina makes sense too.
Yeah, both make sense.
Alright. Coolio. 7 dice. Rote quality.
Um.
Ooh.
Oh.
3 successes.
You're able to make a hole. And as you attempt to push yourself through the hole, give me your roll.
What roll would this be?
The
chance-
chance
Your
die.
chance die.
Oh, the chance die. Okay.
Damn it.
4.
You
Nathan.
eventually push your way through, only to see the back of Rick's head.
Hey, Rick.
I hate this place.
So Nathan comes back to the front door with a grenade.
You can see the hole that Vanessa attempted to make.
Yeah, you got a hole. You can drop it to the inside of a wall now.
The Vanessa-sized
You know-
hole in the wall.
In the house.
Huh? No, I'm not throwing it in the house, but
That's
Looking-
what Rick just suggested.
No, to drop in the,
In the
wall,
wall.
like the space between the outer wall and the like the sheetrock on the inner wall. Like drop it down in the wall.
Oh, be more specific.
The person with the grenade knew what I meant.
yeah, I knew. So, in that spot, is there anyone standing near?
Not.
No, probably the
I
closest.
don't think that matters.
I think the closest would technically be Nora, but she's on the far end of the other room, setting up cameras in the corner still.
I feel like I set up already. Now I'm just in the middle of the room enjoying the show.
The poison.
All right.
The
Well,
poison, yes.
Nora-
Poison.
Nora, get to the far corner, fire in the hole, pull
I
the
don't
pin
think
and
that matters.
drop it in, and then run around the corner.
Where are they gonna spawn?
And then,
Wyverian, where are they gonna spawn?
It's when you leave.
no, it
Gonna
says
spawn in the toilet.
specifically intruders whenever they cross. So, inanimate objects are actually excluded technically. So it goes right where it's supposed to go.
Lucky you guys. So yeah, I dropped it in the space between
I'm
the wall.
I'm assuming you more kind of toss it rather than sticking your hand in there. Otherwise, we're gonna have conversation here.
Well, yeah, it's more like a.
Nothing but net,
Just a
hopefully.
little-
Just swoosh.
Obviously, I'm assuming you fire in the hole. Everybody covers their ears.
Yes, fire in the hole,
Yeah,
fire in the hole.
And Rick will get down on his belly, flat on the ground, and cover his ears.
He knows.
Yep. That is what you do.
How much damage has everybody taken? Because
So,
I don't
How long
know.
is
How many turns have
You're
passed?
supposed to roll stamina and resolve at the end of every turn. If you succeed at that,
everybody give me your stamina plus resolve then.
if you take a -3 penalty if you did something on the turn.
I don't think anybody really did anything, so.
I broke down a wall.
Okay, well then you can take your penalty.
Yeah, that's what my 3 dice were.
Heavy breathing there.
I'm fine.
Gotta see if this.
Is it resolve and stamina, or is it just stamina?
Resolve and stamina.
Interesting.
For
Yeah,
poison?
stamina plus resolve
Yeah, okay.
as a reflexive action each turn.
Yeah.
don't want to be poisoned. Just like that.
I was trained by the ninja. Just kidding.
One success. I was seeing if I've got iron stamina, so I was seeing if that helped, but it does not.
I think that counteracts penalties.
Yeah, it counteracts penalties for fatigue.
So, as the grenade goes off, that hole that Vanessa made is now much larger.
Wee!
Question: Is it just the hole in the wall, or did it blow out parts of the floor?
It damaged some of the floor too, which leads to,
More poison.
the foundation essentially.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go through it.
The foundation? Wait, what?
No, the new hole in the wall.
Okay, I was like, wait, what are we doing here?
Bricks another brick in the wall.
Go ahead and give me a roll.
Pudding.
And as he's rolling, I have a question. The poison mist that's in there, is it staying in there or is it flowing out?
It's staying in there. Like, literally, it's now started to create almost like a fog wall where the hole is.
Nope.
Then all is just another rick in the wall.
And you come out the front door as if you were just entering the building.
Oh, okay.
Is the mist still rising?
The mist hasn't. It has risen where the hole in the wall is. It now completely covers that hole. As in.
Is it in the second? Sorry.
Say what?
Is it like in the second story area? Like.
No.
Is that, like.
It's only about, as stated, about nose mouth height.
So
Try
over my head already, because I'm short.
Yeah.
Try and get some height. Can you guys get height?
You wanna get high?
I want to get high. No, height.
I've got decent strength and stamina, and I've got 2 points in athletics. I might be able to kind of like shimmy up something.
And
I can't parkour, but I might be able to like try to shimmy up something and see if the mist follows.
And now I get to I feel like it's time to move this along, so I'm gonna go do something here.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, are there like rafters?
Yes.
Okay, so like Cecil could run up the wall and up onto one of the rafters?
So Cecil's in the
Easily.
rafters. You're a
Okay.
cat.
Yeah.
As you do that, I need you to make me an intelligence plus supernatural tolerance roll. Or no,
Yes,
wait.
but tolerance.
Yep.
Yeah. Just intelligence for us.
What is
Not unless we pick up the
tolerance?
supernatural tolerance merit. I don't know. Well,
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it, was because I knew there was a way to get it. I just didn't necessarily know off the top of my head.
Who's making an intelligence? Oh, jeez. Okay.
Cecil.
Nice.
yes. Yeah.
Jeez.
So, as you make it about halfway up, it feels like something tears into your brain. Please take the traumatized tilt, as literally you feel as if your mind shatters for a second, as the most grotesque things seem to pervade your memory, as if you had actually done them. One specific memory comes up of you butchering a person and literally chewing down on their entrails as you rip them apart. Your brain
hell.
is convinced that you did do this, but it doesn't make sense with any of your, actual memories. But you are convinced that you did this at some point, and for some reason your brain is bringing this memory up as if it's very important in this situation.
Oh hell. So Cecil's up in the rafters and very much stuck in his own mind right now, is what you're telling me?
Pretty much. And I think this is a good point to go on our first break. We'll be back in 5-10 minutes.
Damn it.
Take out a wall.
All
that's-
right. So we are back. So with all of that, Cecil, you are currently in the rafters, scarred, traumatized.
I have to filter these words out. Getting mind attacked. Yeah.
Yeah, be careful there. Rick is like, Cecil, is there a skylight or something? Can you get out through the ceiling? Can you try that? It's not a door.
He has a GoPro though, still attached to him, right?
Yes.
Cecil,
I mean, you could see the ceiling as well as Cecil can.
But what if you saw something else when you went through the second floor threshold?
He's not paying attention to y'all right now.
No, but the camera is.
He's not looking
Okay.
up.
I'm gonna
he's-
go ahead.
Cecil's got like 1,000-yard stare going on right now because
No.
his mind is doing
Pick
stuff.
up one of these paper lanterns and throw it at him.
Go ahead. I was fixing to start messing with the lanterns. That was next move.
If you want to throw it, go right ahead. Give me a roll though, because
I think throwing stuff, strength, athletics.
yes, or dexterity plus athletics. I could see both,
I had the same value for me.
so it doesn't matter. Do what you want, whatever feels best.
2 successes.
You're able to hurl one of those little paper lanterns all the way up, and you do hit Cecil. It's not going to cause any
I'm
damage.
not trying to hurt him. I'm trying to snap him out of it.
Yeah, it's a paper lantern being thrown probably 10, 20 feet, something like that. So, not going to hurt him.
Yeah. Yo! What are you doing?
Well, so before I answer in character, I happened to notice on the write-up of the traumatized condition, it can be ended earlier with a resolve plus composure roll, but it takes a whole turn to do, and it's contested by a dice pool of 10 minus the character's willpower.
Your willpower or the antagonist's willpower?
The character's willpower.
Okay.
10 minus the character's willpower, so the higher your willpower, the lower the contested rolled amount. So, Cecil's fighting mental images at the moment
Yes.
as he gets hit with this paper lantern. It's worth a try.
Go for it. Let's see if Cecil can shake out of this.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Absolutely
And then-
can. Oh wait,
well,
you have.
there's a
Really good.
contested roll, so let me I'm just gonna roll something that's got 4 dice on it.
That's fine.
So okay, so he does shake it off, but like for the whole, he's sitting there 1,000 yards staring, and he gets hit with the paper lantern and like doesn't flinch because it actually like it says that you lose your defense while you're doing this too. So he's sitting there like oblivious, but then after a second, like he shakes it off, but like he looks spooked. Let's be honest.
Rick's gonna draw his pistol and put a bunch of bullets into that mirror. Absolutely gonna shatter the last couple of pieces of glass and just put bullets into that antique mirror.
All right.
He was gonna do something to the lanterns, but Vanessa just did, and that didn't do anything. So I'm gonna put bullets in the mirror. Specifically, the glass in the mirror. I don't know if I'm in the same room as the mirror, but I know I've got line of sight, and I'm a pretty good shot. So
you're gonna take a -3 penalty. The reasoning for this is as soon as that pistol is drawn, Nathan, you get a very weird image.
Oh.
As you're probably still looking at that hole in the wall that you created.
Mhm.
You have seen this kind of whitish fog, cover it completely. That whitish fog is no longer white. It is completely pitch black. For everybody inside, you no longer can see anything. Everybody suffers the blinded tilt.
Okay. Then before I do this, then before I take the shot, I'll pull those night vision goggles out and put them on.
You suffer blinded.
Oh, not blinded because we're in darkness. Blinded because our eyes just stopped working.
Yes and no. It's darkness so all-encompassing. It's physical, essentially.
There's not enough light for the goggles to work.
Yes. So
Magical darkness.
Magical darkness.
Yes.
Cool.
What if you have a light, like a flashlight?
It goes that far.
We all do. We all have those. We have our cell phones.
I'm just asking, it would do anything.
it would not. It basically, as you fumble around for a light source of some sort and you turn it on, there's no light.
Now, I've got an intelligence of 4 and a wits of 3. Does this feel like the timing is potentially in reaction to what I'm about to try to do and what I'm in the process of doing?
Give me that roll.
Does it
You
feel like it-
cannot shoot into the darkness. I feel like there's a saying for this.
I attack the
Cool.
darkness.
All right. So yeah, no, there's a whole thing about this. But like, is this happening? Like, I'm gonna put bullets in that mirror, and I start to draw my pistol, and then whatever this is tries to shut my sight down. Does it feel like a reaction to that, or does this just feel like cool? Like, is the timing not right?
Give me that roll, and then I'll base my answer on your roll.
Right? Do you want like intelligence plus wits?
Yes.
Cool. Pull that one out.
Nathan's gonna run and get his rifle that has the thermals.
1 success.
That is your first inclination.
Okay.
But with how it's been acting, you also get the sneaking suspense that it's toying with you.
Okay.
It's playing with you.
So I'm gonna make a shot. So
Was anybody in that mirror room? Because I do have to ask this.
I don't
Not
remember.
Vanessa.
I think I was in the Latin room.
I think I'm in the lantern room shooting into the mirror room.
Yes.
Nathan's
I remember I was
outside.
with
Cecil's
Rick,
in the
what she said.
rafters.
Last,
Yeah, you're with me, Vanessa.
I think
Nora is wherever she was when she started setting up cameras because she hasn't tried to move through a room.
That's
All
I'm in
she's
the-
been doing, all she's been doing is setting cameras up.
And then watching the footage.
Yeah,
So she's in the big room.
big room.
I'm in the main room, yeah.
Yeah.
Main-
The room
no,
that
we have to shoot
exits
through the
outside.
main room to hit the mirror.
Okay.
And then Cecil's in the main room just on.
But he's upstairs.
Yeah.
So between my specialization, the custom pistol, and my laser sight, I have a +3 to my roll. But then
think your laser sight-
Your laser sight is.
right. That's what I'm saying. But then the negative 3 erases all of that, right? Basically.
And you don't get the bonus from the laser sight at all.
Okay, so I don't get that bonus, and then I have a -3 to what is left of my +2, so that puts me at a -1. But I'm also 9 again with firearms.
Just want to confirm the exact wording of blinded here. Blinded. Yes, -3 on any rolls that rely vision.
Oh, it's -5 if it affects both eyes.
Okay, -5.
Okay, so that would put me at a negative 3. Put me at a -3 total, offsetting my after offsetting my bonuses. And then, is this a situation where we can risk willpower, or is this a spend willpower?
This would be a spend willpower. Reasoning is because you're not actively hunting, you're actively being hunted here. You're
We're
in
not, it's not stuck in the room with me. Okay, I'm gonna spend a willpower, and that gives me +3, right?
Yes.
but you were at -3, which brings you up to 0, so it's still a chance
Right.
die. It doesn't change
No,
anything.
I No. The -3 was my modifiers. I still have 4 dice.
Oh, okay.
I was just totaling my modifiers to plug in.
Okay.
So it's going to bring me to a flat shooting roll is what it's going to do.
Okay.
Overall, a flat shooting roll, which is 9 again for me. Just 0 for modifiers. 4 friggin' successes. Boom.
You hear
Rick's a
the
good shot.
You hear the mirror. You definitely hear the bullet hit the mirror.
Okay.
However, it does not change anything else that is going on at this time. And
That's all I got. A raspberry. That's it. That's all I got for you.
There you go.
Nora, as you are monitoring your cameras, for most of these incidents, you've gotten goose egg, which obviously is somewhat frustrating. Now, however, you start to see not the mist that's around you guys, a new mist. It is a slightly more silverish color. Begin to swirl and form. It looks like it's appearing up near Cecil.
You can see this?
On her camera, she can.
Just because it's all dark.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. They got me.
Yeah.
You don't get to see any of this. You will have this footage when you get back, though.
If
Well-
you get back.
My cameras have. Oh, I guess it doesn't count with like night vision and stuff.
No. We'll see if it affects the cameras. You really don't have any idea at this time. However, because of that, Cecil's gonna have no heads up here.
Metagaming.
Oh, man.
Cecil can't hear you, Mills.
So,
Take
Yeah.
a very deep breath because this might be bad.
No! Not Cecil.
try to
Why
get back
Cecil?
to the
I
main
didn't attack
room.
Rick.
Because this is an attack roll, which is power plus finesse.
oh,
Fudge.
I remember those numbers, and there's a lot of them. Jesus.
if there's no defense applied,
Blinded.
blinded.
Is Cecil blinded even though he's out of the fog? Like he's up above?
It's the
Yeah.
entire area. Yes, he is blinded.
Oh, it went up. Okay.
cool.
It has.
It's not blinded because of the fog. It's just everybody is blinded.
Yeah,
in the house.
cool. Yeah, nice. It's fun.
How much health do you have?
No!
I don't know.
Less than 11.
It's 8.
5 plus stamina. Yeah.
I don't know these.
As this thing, you can't tell what it does. You can't see it. You just feel something connect with you. And every nerve ending in your body screams. Take 11 points of bashing damage.
Ooh, that's a beat.
That's gonna wrap over.
I knew you were gonna say that.
That's a beat.
And I'm assuming...
Just for all the listeners out there, Grog is our beat calculator. The rest of us are free from ever caring or worrying about it. And at the end of this, he just spits a big number out, and we know it's right.
I'm assuming there's some sort of verbal outcry when this happens.
Yeah, because that 11 bashing turns into
Lethal.
Wrapped over
it turns into 5 bashing and 3 lethal. So yes, Cecil is in some significant pain at the moment, and
He probably falls out of the rafters too, right?
He's
depends
still
on what kind of
conscious. He
attack
has to
it
make
was.
a stamina roll every turn to remain conscious.
Whatever this guy says.
On the plus side, there's no room penalty to that stamina roll.
oh,
No wound
Well,
No
penalty.
wound penalty.
I didn't tell it to apply a wound penalty.
Yeah,
I
it just
didn't
auto
know.
does
Yeah.
it.
So just add 3 to your roll.
I'll do. Okay.
modifier 3.
If I do a simple.
Just do a simple 3-die roll. It'll and add those 3 dice.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nice.
that didn't help.
We hear it thump,
So-
I think.
Yeah, Cecil falls out of the rafters probably because he falls unconscious.
On the
And
plus side,
Um,
there's nothing
I-
pointing for you to
how
fall.
much damage did you take, Rick, when you fell?
3
Three bashing.
3.
That'd be another
Oh.
3 bashing.
turns into 3 lethal.
Which
Is
is
Cecil, which room is Cecil above in the rafters?
The main room.
Main room.
Yeah, I was trying to
Okay,
make my way to
Rick's-
the main room.
Rick's gonna try to move in there immediately.
You don't know where it.
Like as soon as the scream happens, I'm
Scream
moving.
and a thud.
Rick, yeah, the scream happens and Rick immediately is moving towards. Like you hear the sound of the gunshot and Rick hears the sound of the mirror. And he's like, yes. Opens his eyes. Crap. Then he hears a scream and his head turns. Nobody sees. Only the viewers see this. But there's this like cinematic shot of like his head turning and he immediately bolts towards the scream of Cecil.
Runs
And-
into a wall.
Chance die.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh,
And with that, the fog disappears, sight returns, and you guys are able to make it into the room.
Ooh.
Oh.
Rick's going straight for Cecil. Picks him up, fireman's carry.
Everybody give
And-
me a perception except for Nathan.
Oh, not me.
And Cecil.
Yeah, and Cecil.
perception.
What is it for? Because Rick may not be paying enough attention. Because Rick is
Oh.
going to Cecil, fireman's carry, and straight to the chopper.
No, perception check for,
Okay, and that is wits and what?
Composure.
and yes, trained observer would count for this. Just so you know,
One success.
Nora.
So I get a +3.
Yep.
Oh no, you get to roll of 8 again.
Yeah, 8 again.
Oh yeah. 8 again. But so I don't get the 3 dice for. Yeah, you're right. Cool. 2 successes.
As you guys attempt to make your way out, at the very edge of your hearing, obviously, as you can hear everybody, probably Rick saying, move it, all this stuff. Nathan's a little too far away, but before you guys leave, you just hear a,
You actually wouldn't hear Rick saying anything. Like the scream and the thud, Rick was already moving, and like when the black faded, Nora, Nathan, Vanessa would see Rick already running towards Cecil, and he's just scooping and running. As long as the doors are letting him through, he's running. There's no sound.
So
from
as
him.
you hear this laughter, it echoes, not as if you're hearing sound bouncing, but it sounds like there's a delayed laugh, and then another delayed laugh, and then another delayed laugh, and then another delayed laugh, 20 to 30 times.
Oh no.
Oh, cool! That's awesome. Like, not gonna lie.
As soon as Rick realized, Rick's just Cecil in a fireman carry, and he's hauling. I've got relentless and iron stamina, so like he
Looking
scoops
into the
Cecil up.
chopper.
Yeah, he's scooping Cecil up, and unless something stops him, he's moving, and if something tries to get in his way, he's probably barrel rolling it, just like bulling through it, and getting Cecil into the chopper, and being like, Nathan, on me, and calling out to the driver and being like, medic kit now.
Yeah, Nathan
So,
was heading toward the door to help people get out, but seeing Cecil as he is, yeah, he's gonna quick U-turn. Get the medical supplies.
The driver will be Rick will be screaming out once he's out of the house. Rick will be screaming out to the driver like, get the medic kit, so that he can get Cecil in, lay him down, open up the medic kit, and shove it into Nathan's hands and get out of the way.
I'd like to imagine that the guy in the helicopter's just been like watching this happen from a distance. Like he's just
Gunshots
hearing
and
like a bunch of
explosions.
yelling and screaming
he's-
from the house, and he like watches like Nathan with a grenade. I'm like,
This
how the
is-
fuck did you get that?
These are not the first breaking point rolls my pilot has made.
That is very true.
loop.
So, is everybody just heading towards the helicopter?
I feel like
Nora
I
gets
should,
out.
very slowly, just trying to film as much as possible. I left the cameras in the corners of the things to keep sending me a live feed later. And I don't want to leave. I'm having so much fun, but I guess they.
Yeah, I'm gonna drag you out. If
I
you
bet you're having a great time.
No,
I won't. I'm not gonna have the driver take off yet because we got to figure out who's driving. Like Nathan needs to drive his car out of here, but he's taking care of Cecil right now. So we're not lifting off yet, but I am spinning up.
I'm pretty sure Nora would be willing to drive the car just so she wouldn't have to take the helicopter back.
road
No.
trip. Oh my
No.
god, girls road trip. Just me and Vanessa.
Yeah.
We're gonna listen to so much EDM.
Yeah.
Nathan, do you give the keys over to the very
to
excited
Nora?
girls?
Well, she has to ask for them because Nathan is busy at the moment.
Can I borrow the
I'll
keys
just-
real quick?
What? Oh, yeah,
But-
I'm busy.
but-
He'll reach his pocket and just throw them over his shoulder.
Alright, let's do.
Let's.
That's gonna be expensive.
Please get it back in one piece.
I'm a good
That's all-
driver, okay?
That's all you hear is Rick going, "That's gonna be expensive."
I'm not the one that ran one of us over.
That was
Rick.
not expensive. That was not expensive.
So, I need the first
It was
medicine
a
roll.
cheap car.
Yes, medicine. Is it wits or intelligence? Or I guess it doesn't matter. It's the same roll. Dex.
It actually is Dex.
It can be, yeah.
Oh,
I think intelligence is like long-term care. Like,
Oh.
use like in a
Can I-
hospital bed.
can I do Dex? That would be a much better roll.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead. It makes sense here because he's in kind of bad shape.
All right.
So, speed is of the essence here.
I'm going to spend a willpower to make this rote.
Oh, sorry, I was mistaken. It is intelligence.
I figured. I'll still do the rote.
Yeah.
Haha, one success.
Said that like the count.
Aha!
But you did.
Ah.
Did it roll rote, or do you have to re-roll the failures?
No, it rolled rote. Oh, those
Okay.
gray numbers are the rerolls.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
So, you're able to find the visible wounds and care for them as much as you can. He's not going to get any worse. And he would probably be able to come to with this care. However, he is going to be in a lot of pain.
Should probably stay knocked out. For the ride, at least.
And I'm assuming the helicopter's up.
Yeah. If Vanessa got the keys, Rick's it's like Rick's like, that's gonna be expensive. Spin it up. We're out of here. Take us home.
So I'll leave it up to Rook if he wants Cecil to be awake at this time.
Let's see how that's gonna work. No, he's still out. Oh wait,
Still
sorry,
out.
that did wound penalties again.
So just roll another 3.
Oh,
Hey.
okay, so he does come to you.
Pain!
Yeah.
Comes to a world of hurt.
Oh my god, worse
There's-
than anything he's ever experienced.
There is
Nate.
no way there's not like some hydrocodone or oxy in that med kit.
No morphine?
Yeah, so like imagine
There
his like eyes
may be
like,
morphine.
fluttering. His eyes like flutter open, and then like his face screws up as the pain hits him. He's like, "Oh, fuck!"
Like I imagine
I
like
didn't know
the
painkillers would do anything. Like a lot of that damage was mental. Like
what? Well, then you just need more painkillers.
what you need is alcohol.
I have that. That's already established canon. I imagine like this is probably, I don't know if anybody's had time to like mention it, but this is not the initial helicopter. Like the first helicopter that we dealt with a couple of times was like a
You have
four-seater.
multiple helicopters.
Yes,
Okay.
because I have multiple places that I live in multiple major metros. But once I get to London and I have my London like little four-seater, but I called home and had this this one flew over, and over the course of a couple of weeks, it's brought here. So this was like 3 times the size of like the little 4-seater that had been seen before. But because of that, it's the helicopter whose primary residence is like in California. So it's probably slightly better stocked with narcotics than the one whose permanent residence is in UK.
All right, calm
You just
down.
want to punch Rick.
Uh,
All right,
but
Cecil. I know it hurts trying to move. You fell from the 2nd story. I need to make sure you didn't break your neck.
Also, a ghost
All that
punched
stuff.
you in the brain. So that's a thing.
you wouldn't know that a ghost punched him in the brain.
He screamed, well, not in the brain. He screamed and fell off a roof. Cecil doesn't fall off of roofs, so I assume a ghost punched him, and there's no visible wound, so it must have been in the brain. I do have a high. I'm 1 dot from max intelligence, so a ghost punched him in the brain.
Cecil doesn't fall.
He doesn't. I've watched him Spider-Man up a 4-story building in like 6 seconds with no handholds. He doesn't fall out of the rafters of a 2-story house.
This is a very convincing argument, but we've got to move on.
Yeah.
So, where's the helicopter heading as
The penthouse.
the...
No,
Not to the hospital.
Are you insane? Obviously, I feel like I would be texting like, "You guys better take Cecil to a hospital!" Exclamation mark.
Yeah,
Angry
I'll respond. Yeah,
emoji.
call the ghost brain doctor. Have
You
them meet us
driving at
there.
the moment?
Sarcastic face.
Yes, I am driving at the moment. I'm
I
trying
imagine
to-
I can have
Texting and
like
driving
I'm
in my
holding the wheel for
$3.5
you.
million car.
Texting and driving a $3.5 million car.
It's not dead right now.
It's not your own.
I brush my hair and put on mascara at the same time.
This
Gonna be
is
2 people in the hospital.
This is how Abbey games devolve. All right.
Wait, I am gonna make some calls and see if I can have like an actual doctor at the penthouse by the time we get there. I figure we're probably, I don't know, how fast is helicopter roll? It can't be far. It's 168 miles. What's this thing do?
I have a feeling
But it
that
took you 20 minutes to get out here, so it should
Yeah.
be 20 minutes or so
I
to
have
get
Yeah.
a feeling that no on-call doctor is going to make it to Rick's penthouse faster than the helicopter.
No, probably not. But if they can make it to a rooftop, then they can be in my penthouse 20 minutes later.
Oh my god.
and realistically, okay, this is an honest question. Would you be flying back to London, or would you be flying to Worcester? Because that is the nearest city.
We have, like, we as a group have contacts in London. Like, our lawyers' main office is in London. The penthouse is in London. That's where the security and the safe room is. So Rick would, and we're in a helic. So it's like 10 minutes or 20 minutes, and the doctor's not going to make it quickly either way. So
It
Rick's
would be
probably
the-
going to have them.
It would be the difference between 20 minutes and 2 minutes. Probably.
You should just probably go
But
to.
how does that affect the availability and presence of a doctor? Like, does being in Worcester in 2 minutes get a doctor quicker than being in London in 20? That's the
Probably.
thing.
It's a smaller town. There's probably less people at the hospital. It should probably be.
And do we
Logis-
and do we know people in Worcester where we can make
Who
calls
cares?
and be like, I need a doctor now?
Hospital.
Is
My
there a
God.
hospital in that city?
Yes.
I don't know. I live in America. I don't know anything about the world.
There's a hospital in every
Okay.
town. Like,
All right. So you're heading to London. That's fine.
Seriously though, no. If it makes sense, no. Worcester's fine. Rick will pull like a hospital in Worcester and shoot the driver the pin, and we'll go land on the helipad.
And I'm assuming you
And they'll
let.
be like, you're not the medevac. We'll be like, don't care. Take care of him.
Oh, that's so super illegal.
Send me the bill.
The legal bill.
Loyal is my virtue and arrogance is my vice. We're landing on a hospital helipad.
And when a player says something like that, it just happens to go through. So I'm assuming you update Vanessa and Nora that, hey, we're not going to London.
Nah. Nathan might. I'm not.
I'm in the helicopter.
Well, no, but
So
Nathan
that's
is
what I'm saying.
tending to Cecil.
Nathan might update them.
Oh.
Rig just shoots. He's like, land here, hospital, go.
But I was just thinking that maybe we wouldn't drive all the way back to London because we still have to find the kid who was victimized here. So maybe we're going to kind of like a hotel that's not super far away so we can stay in the area to question the kid later.
It's a long drive and it's at night.
Yep, that is
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
So, you would be able to find a hotel pretty easily.
Sleepover!
It'll be like the morning, and Rick's gonna be like, "Did you make it back to London?"
The closest one that I'm seeing on the map is irony notwithstanding here, Stanbrook Abbey Hotel.
Abby, it's ours.
That's
Yeah.
sketch as hell.
Let's
Wait,
do it.
is it me and Nora having a sleepover at a hotel?
Yeah.
I think so. I think that's what's happening here.
So that we can interrogate the kid tomorrow. We're now gonna go back 2.5 hours
Yeah.
and then drive out again 2.5 hours.
And we have Nathan.
We order a
with us.
pizza. That'll be nice. We pay for the TV channels.
Oh
We
my
can
god.
Nottingham.
I'm not him. Sorry, my mother watches.
So,
We can watch all the Hugh Grant movies we want.
Oh my god.
so with that, you guys would probably arrive at your destinations actually pretty close to the same time. Cecil is rushed off by several nurses and doctors. Couple security guys are obviously eyeing the helicopter, Rick and Nathan, very warily.
And
They,
probably writing down the ID numbers on the helicopter too.
yeah,
What ID numbers?
There's
they're
No,
literally,
it's got them. It's a legit thing. So whatever, send me the bill.
yeah, they're like, you're gonna have to stay here because the police are on their way as well.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Take care of my guy.
car.
So what? One of the security guards, so I can relay what happened to the doctor. What the hell happened to him? Why the hell are?
Don't know. We found him that way. And Rick will say that loud enough so that like everybody with us can hear him. He'll be like, "We were together. We were on a hike. We didn't get." He'll say, "We didn't get camped out in time. We weren't able to set up camp in time. It got dark. We heard a scream. We found him this way. I called for evac. Here we are." And he'll, like, with everybody around, he's gonna say that very loud, and then there's not another piece of information coming out.
I am gonna need that subterfuge roll here.
Yeah, baby. So that's gonna be
Manipulation.
subterfuge. Let's see. Oh, all my stuff is social engineering and persuasion is all my best stuff. I'm gonna spend another willpower, baby. We're gonna add them 3 dice.
nice.
So.
Oh wait, no, that's
that-
Storyteller.
Yeah, that's cool. We're gonna roll.
Good job, Storyteller.
No.
Oh,
Wait,
Oh,
that was.
no.
I had wits and all kinds of stuff in there.
With pernicious. What?
Manipulation, subterfuge, modifier.
Undo. I didn't undo stuff. Whatever.
There should have been less dice.
It should have been less dice.
The one success was early on, so that's fine.
Yeah, no, we can just go ahead and take this seat. So,
Okay. However you want to do it.
the security guard just goes, "Yeah, I ain't buying any of that. You're gonna have to sell me a much better story."
Rick looks at him dead in the eyes and repeats it verbatim.
What is this guy, a cop?
Security guard. It's Rent-A-Cop.
Like he
He'll
just
repeat it verbatim for Nathan to hear.
Has Cecil been taken in yet?
Yes.
Or are they still... Okay.
Yeah, they wheeled him out as soon as they touched down. Because obviously they got the news that you guys were coming in. So the doctors were like, I mean, there's an actual patient, so we might as well, make sure.
They're not going to turn
Do
the
no
patient
harm.
back, and they can't make us not land. They're not going to stop me from landing, and there is a patient. So yeah, the doctors are seeing Cecil.
However, you are. He points directly at Rick's chest. You are definitely going to be staying here.
Sure. Also, I would not be currently armed. Typically am concealed, but I would have left it on the helicopter, getting out, going into the hospital, and talking to like randos and stuff.
And he kind of looks over. And are you going to tell me the truth? He kind of gestures over at Nathan.
No.
I love it.
All right, with that, few hours, not a few hours, a few minutes go by, and the cops are obviously on the scene. You are given your rights and arrested.
Imagine by the time the cops get there, the helicopter's already taken off and left.
Okay, that's
You
gonna
wanna
cause
give
other
that order
problems.
to the pilot.
Is that allowed?
Wait, actually, no, it probably wouldn't be. Everything
No.
everything in there is like licensed, registered, and legal. There's nothing in there that's.
Oh, not all the drugs that you smuggled
Oh.
across the
The
countries.
drugs you were mentioning not too long ago.
No, those drugs. Yeah, whatever. It's Oxy. I don't care.
So, yeah, you are both
Cecil's being taken care of, and that's what matters.
Nathan and Rick are officially under arrest.
Yeah, the cops go to cuff me, and I hold my hands up, and like reach into and like with 2 fingers and pull out the card to my lawyer and just pass it to him.
And not just both of them, but probably also the pilot.
Yeah. The pilot's not a character, though, so I'm less concerned about him.
The pilot also knows, like, again, not their first set of breaking point rolls.
So, while everybody else is getting arrested, and
I
Cecil...
feel like we're so lucky that we were like, nah, let the guys handle it. We'll just go order a pizza and watch different movies at the hotel.
I was actually going to ask, after having a wonderful night's sleep in a
Yeah.
okay-ish hotel,
Yeah,
What is
some
that-
of us will take care of our fallen party members, Mel's. It's okay. Don't worry, we'll take care of it.
so what are Vanessa and Nora up to the next morning once they wake up, all refreshed?
Ooh, that's a willpower point right there. I don't know if the others got a good night's sleep.
What are London prisons like? Not London, wherever we are.
We were probably in holding for a long time, and the holding cells suck because you don't get blankets or anything. There's a couple it's not great. It's probably better in the UK than it is in America, but holding cells in general suck because they're not made for you to be there long term. But you end up there for anywhere from 4 to 12 hours anyway, waiting on all the paperwork and fingerprinting and all that kind of stuff to happen, or for lawyers to show up.
This is about Nora and Vanessa.
Yeah,
having
shut up.
a great night and getting a massage in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Just fucking going on it. Yeah.
I got facials for everyone. Did you guys text us to tell us that you were arrested?
How?
They wouldn't have been able to.
Well, then we don't know shit. So we're gonna go.
You probably would have gotten a message
Maybe get a
after the
nice
security.
cafe breakfast or something.
Yeah, the
at-
continental breakfast.
I would imagine after the security guards, but before the cops, you'd have gotten a message been like,
We're getting arrested.
Cecil's in care, things are complicated, not sure what's gonna happen.
Oh, cool. So
Something
we're
to
getting
that effect?
waffles for breakfast, right?
Yeah, breakfast. Breakfast.
Are they Mickey Mouse waffles? Like the
No, they're just regular waffles with strawberries and whipped cream. And
And
we're gonna get a waffle.
how do poor people do it? I don't get it.
So good. And should we go investigate this kid?
Yeah. Let's do
Actually, I
that.
wanna-
Well,
I want to ask, the gym of the hotel is vacant.
Ooh.
Is that something anybody would take a part in?
maybe early morning run or something. I don't know. I might be full on the ice cream and waffles at the moment.
Well, either way, as you go to make your way out of the hotel room, Nora, you don't recognize this person. Vanessa, you do. It is the same person that, for lack of tact and grace here, it's the person that shot you in the back.
Oh, yeah.
He gives a very knowing look at you, Vanessa, and immediately turns on his heel. Well, you're way outside of London, the both of you.
What do you want?
Well, kind of want to know why you're outside of London. Seems way outside of London, honestly.
What? I can't go on a night, like a road trip with my girlfriend on the weekend? What the fuck?
Kind of raises his hands. You know what?
Do you know what like having a friend is like?
Oh, yes, I certainly do. Though you tend to not keep yours alive very long.
Are you threatening me? I'm like, what?
Oh, no. I am not threatening you at all, sweetheart. However, the threat is right there.
Is this
Oh.
the man that just called me a sweetheart?
Yes.
But he's not from Georgia, so this is not okay.
This is not okay. No. Get him, Vanessa! I just think Vanessa out the dude. Not that it needed like
Grog say, "What is the addicted condition again?" I know the scene's about to go south.
God with these guys.
You
I mean-
have some issues with these people. Yes, I remember that. I don't remember what they
So-
are.
As you look that up, he continues to talk. No. I'm not of any threat to you. However, her over there, I mean, the last group of friends she had, she got them all killed.
well, they mustn't have been very good friends if they got killed.
I
Good
mean,
friends don't die.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Good friends die together.
You honestly have nothing better to do than drive 2 hours out of London just to talk to us?
I was told to keep a tail on you, so no, I really don't. It's kind of part of my job.
Oh, it's
However,
part of your job being an incel?
However, completely ignoring Nora here, you are absolutely fascinating with how much you don't know, Vanessa. You know, I was the one that conducted the brain scans.
Well, what'd you find out?
I found out that I know a
What am
lot.
I thinking right now? And I look at him really hard.
Oh, okay. Actually, this is a thing. I believe I can actually do this. Hold on. Let me get the roll here. However, as you give him the look of like, prove to me that you know what I'm thinking, he does
How
continue.
many fingers am I holding up?
So, he does continue to talk a little bit. He does state, I know more about you than you even know about yourself. You've had some... he pauses as he tries to think of the correct word. You have some gaps, don't you?
Thigh gaps.
Really? Really? We had...
Sounds like something a Gemini would say. Ooh.
Nora would believe in that astrology crap.
You don't
No,
know
he's
what
just
you're
saying that he can read her
talking about.
mind. And I'm like, yeah, reading mind is like horoscopes. I know your personality based on the day you were born.
Yeah,
No,
you're a
I'm
Cancer.
I'm
Your
judging
mind
Nora
is
on
open
this.
to me.
Judging Nora on this, not the Vascued psychic.
But yeah, I tell him he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay. I certainly know more than you.
Oh.
How does
All
Vanessa
right, then. If you know so much, then dish.
What do you want to know? I can tell you pretty much anything that's happened in your life. Such as that other hunter cell. Oh! Yeah, you wouldn't know about that.
All right, tell me about this other hunter cell.
Well, you abandoned them, got them killed. If you would have been there, they probably would have survived, at least to my understanding of the situation that I dug up. I mean, I guess you could also be dead with them. I can't honestly say 100% that they would have survived. However, the reasons why you're left are the reasons why you don't remember.
Yeah. I look at Nora, it's like, he doesn't know anything. And I just like, continue, I just like, go through the front door, maybe check his shoulder, and leave.
Hey,
As I see her do that, I will go up to him and I'll poke him in the shoulder too. Like, listen, buddy, if you're following us all the way out here just to talk shit to my friend, you shouldn't have done that. Either help us or get out of our fucking way. And then I poke him in the shoulder again, and I walk out after Vanessa.
As soon as you poke him, you see a little trickle of blood come out of his nose. I need you to
I say you have some shit on your face, by the way.
you don't have a chance because I need a composure roll from you.
Damn! Composure?
Yes, straight composure.
Just that? Nothing else?
Nothing else.
I suddenly feel like I should have put more points into composure.
Very
One
useful.
success.
Okay, so you got one success.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I had it again turned on for some reason, even though it's
Doesn't
not.
matter.
It was a 9, so you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Result?
Well, but the 9 was off of an 8.
No,
That was in the first 4.
73796.
Yeah, 7379.
Oh, I see it. Okay, I misread that.
You take 2 points of bashing damage as you feel what essentially feels like a knife slice into your head. But you obviously...
She pokes him in the chest and gets stabbed in the brain.
Essentially.
Checks out.
And he shouts, he immediately turns his attention to Vanessa, wiping the blood from his nose.
This
Seriously, do some research, and then come talk to me.
does Nora look hurt at all?
Oh, no.
She might have went like this, just kind of rubbed her forehead. It'd be like a minor headache, essentially. You do
Are
take
you
the...
trying to hide it, Melina, or is
You
like
would-
you're just been like no?
Also,
I probably just look struck and I backed up and I'm like, what the fuck?
you would also take the traumatized condition.
Me?
Yes. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me make sure that wasn't...
This is
Yeah,
this is
traumatized
not-
tilt. Yep.
This is not Vanessa's first go round, and he did just say you watched him wipe blood from his nose as he turns from your friend who just backed up rubbing her head, and we know what they are.
Oh, he gonna die today.
Are we selling
We're all going
Vanessa?
to die down here.
No, because they have special cells for Vanessa.
He's alone.
You're in a
Go to
hotel.
grab him.
You're in
Yeah,
a
so?
hotel, and they can see from... they can see from cameras. They've mentioned that. Well, Vanessa may not know that. Nora would, because Nora was there when they stated that.
I go to grab him.
I stop her. I put a hand on her arm as she goes to grab him and was like,
Yeah,
"You
like I
know
go take a few steps forward and you interpose.
Yeah, I'm like, hang on. I was like, you don't know what we're dealing with here. If you want to help us, then help us. If not, then fuck off. And I, basically the same thing I said before. And I take Vanessa's hand as like I stopped her like this, and I take her hand and I like pull her out of the thing so we can go question the kid.
Vanessa, are you gonna let her pull you out? That is an appropriate question here. Vanessa's very strong.
And I am fairly
He's
small.
my rock.
Easily.
I just like look at this guy again. And you're like, if you do anything to my friends, you're fucked.
For some reason, I feel like these two should take a new touchstone and name each other.
I don't think hunters can be touchstones for anybody else.
That's stupid, and we should hand wave it and make y'all touchstones.
He kind of goes, I'm not gonna do anything. It'll be you that ends up getting everybody killed as usual.
Yeah, I'm not there. I've left Nora. Yeah.
As we're walking away, like I kind of pat like Vanessa in the back as she's heading out, and I turn to him and I'm like walking backwards out of the.
Yeah. As I'm walking away, yeah, I kind of join it. Though I don't turn back to face him. I just give him like the middle finger as I walk away. Yep.
So,
We're like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, but girls.
with that being done, where are you guys off to?
I think we need to figure out who this kid was.
Mm-hmm.
So boots on the ground investigation style?
Yeah, we might go around asking. Just
Yeah, shouldn't we
But
go? 'Cause it's a police thing, right? It was a police report.
Yeah, pretty much.
So shouldn't we
Yeah.
go to the police that filed that report to ask the questions first, since that's like an
I
easy lead?
don't know if they're gonna talk to us. If we were Victor, they'd probably be more open.
Yeah, that's true.
But I reckon we should leave that for Victor to like figure that out. I reckon our best bet is just asking around.
That's fair.
Yeah, see if anybody who knew that knew what happened there, or
Like a school, right? We know how
Really
old
kid.
this kid was.
Yeah, but I'm an adult and I don't want to be caught talking about kids in front of a schoolyard, if you know what I mean. Kind of,
We
Yeah,
would
it's
go
not
to
like
the
you can bring them
school.
home to my house or anything. Fucking A.
yeah.
So, feels like
Yeah.
this would be a streetwise wits, since you're
Yeah.
kind
Street
of.
smart.
Street smart, yeah.
Street smart.
2 successes.
And I'm gonna roll 2. Hang on. I'll make sure to click normal again to make sure it goes. 8 again. What the fuck?
Oh,
But you're
give it a
successes.
wound penalty.
And a wound penalty.
Weird.
What are you
Oh,
doing?
because
Yeah.
I have 3 bashing, right?
They-
Oh, that would have healed. That would have healed.
That would have healed already. Bashing
Yeah.
heals like 1 point of
15
bashing,
minutes.
yeah, 15 minutes.
It's lethal and aggravated. You have to worry about.
Oh, okay, cool.
So,
I don't know.
so go ahead and
Should I
re-roll.
try rolling again?
Yeah, you.
Let me refresh the page.
In the meantime, while that's going on, Nathan and Rick, what are you guys doing in your jail cells as you wait?
What is there to do in a jail cell?
You can pee, you can poop, you can sit, you can lay.
Play the
I'm
Monica.
not speaking from experience. No, they take the harmonica from you. We're probably in whatever clothes they gave us.
Yep.
Because even for holding, they're gonna have you go in somewhere, strip, change into their clothes, and hand you all their stuff. And then probably in a holding cell. I don't know how UK works. But depending where you're at, anywhere from and how busy they are, even from like 3 to 6 hours in holding, take naps and stuff. Before you're then put on like administrative hold in a different cell, possibly together, where you're kept I know in a lot of local municipalities, administrative hold isn't allowed into Gen Pop, but that varies based on like where you're at and the dramatic needs of the story.
I love that we're getting the full workup of how jails work. But
Don't ask me questions. So Rick's probably mostly keeping to himself.
I mean, I feel like this doesn't warrant like the full rundown we're getting. You landed a helicopter on a hospital, yes, but that doesn't sound like a felony.
But we also brought in like
it is.
Yeah, but it's very illegal.
But we also brought an actual injured patient with us. We didn't just like do it out of nowhere. So
very illegal.
We have very expensive lawyers. So we're like Rick's probably keeping to himself, waiting because like what's probably gonna happen is they're gonna like I don't know how much like the fact that whose helicopter it was, whatever, and then at some point a very, very expensive lawyer is gonna walk into the jail and be like, where is my client? And they're gonna be like, oh, that law firm? You drove from where? Google will be like, you cost how much? Yeah, and then the DA is gonna be like, we don't have the money for this. but for the most part, Rick's probably just kind of like keeping his head low unless somebody tries to mess with him. Sometimes mess with him, it's not gonna be a great idea. But other than that, like he's unless somebody tries to get stupid, he's probably just keeping his head low, eating his sandwiches, drinking his milk, and playing some solitaire or some gin rummy with Nathan or something.
Yeah,
So-
there's really not much to do.
so with that, we've got a total of 3 successes, 1 from Nora and 2 from Vanessa. You're not able to find the boy. What you are able to find is a group of teens, probably most of them 16 to 18. They're like, oh, you're talking about that house, right? It's kind of out there. Yeah, we were actually gonna go next week. We were gonna play the game. We just got the shipment of the lanterns in.
Cool.
Like, what do you like? Like, I've heard stuff about like this game. Like, I don't know if you know, but my friend here, kind of the journalist. Don't suppose you could like fill us in on that?
I mean,
Writing a little thing about the house.
I don't know how much I could tell you that, the next person or Wikipedia couldn't tell you, but, and he gives you essentially what the Wikipedia page tells you. You can tell
He like just Googles it on his phone.
Yeah, pretty much. You can tell he doesn't know anything about the actual, anything about its history outside of what Wikipedia tells you.
Yeah.
And you can 100% tell that most of them think it's fake. You can hear the snickers and, it's typical, almost bro talk.
I want to read this group. Is there like any of them that like is a bit hesitant about the whole fake or anything part of that? Like,
Go ahead, give me,
with sympathy?
Yep.
Okay, I'm not empathetic at all. Here we go.
2 successes.
Oh, 2 successes. Sorry, I misread it.
No, all of them seem pretty confident, pretty arrogant. Like, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna be the biggest people in our high school. Because, all these other kids keep disappearing. We're gonna be the ones that come back and be like, see, guys, it was all fake.
All these other kids are disappearing.
Do I have my laptop with me? Of course I have my laptop with me. Do I want to show them the footage that we got last night?
Man.
Do you want to put some breaking points on these kids?
Yes.
That's probably like secondary like exposure. Maybe.
There you go then.
Also,
fake
They're probably
exposure.
gonna think it's fake anyways. I'll be like, actually, we made it out of the house yesterday.
You're just gonna convince them to go.
Yeah, and my cameras are still there.
Oh my gosh.
So you'll get footage of these kids
Make sure
doing
to show
whatever.
the footage of Rick falling like a million times.
Yeah. to the beat of Super Mario.
So,
Oh.
Isn't this like hilarious?
well, that is very much the case. Yeah, your videos have, I don't know if necessarily the opposite effect, but yeah, they're just like, yeah, sure, you're news reporters. Yeah, you look more like a video editor. You're probably doing a movie or something. Okay. Hey,
We're influencers, thank you very much.
and then they turn around, they're like, we're gonna be in a movie, guys. Yeah, we're gonna make sure we get paid bank. Who's the producer? We need to talk to them to make sure we get our cut as extras.
Oh, I just realized I do actually have a dot of fame, so I actually might be technically. Like, I actually have a following Twitter or something, or Instagram.
Of course, you probably post like workout videos and shit.
Actually, hold up. Since you mentioned that,
That might come into play here. What are you famous for?
MMA,
My
right?
general attitude with authority. Generally, I've landed in,
I forget what remembering is, but
news.
like with 4 successes, yeah. One of them goes,
Oh,
"Hey,
wow.
And you're the Instagrammer, aren't you?" Pointing at Vanessa.
Yeah. I might have something on that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like you're finally getting into movies then. Finally trying to move up in the world.
Movies is below me. Yeah.
So I'll try to pivot this. Was like, but do you guys know any kids that actually went missing since you're like so brave? You know, talking about going.
Oh, well, yeah. Some of the kids, they honestly just ran away, and they're too
Yeah.
embarrassed to show their face again. The one kid brave enough to make it back. I mean, they transferred him to a psych ward in London.
Oh, really?
What?
Which psych ward? Just like-
I don't know the name
you
of
know?
psych wards.
what was his name actually? It was
Christoph McCullen.
We got a name.
Christoph.
he sounds Scottish. He'll get along with my nana just fine. Awesome. Yeah, Christoph, right? I heard he was pretty fucked up though after he got out of the house, right?
I mean, he was talking about ghosts and stuff. Ooh.
Mhm. Yeah, right. That doesn't exist. So funny.
Are you actually fake laughing, or?
Yeah, I'm actually going.
Okay, I'm not even gonna make him
So maybe don't go to the house. Is all I'm saying. But if you do, I will know, and I'll call the cops on you. No, I won't. Fuck the cops. But also, fuck the cops.
Okay.
But yeah, don't go to the house. Seriously, just don't do it. But if you do, I'll know. And yeah, cool. Thanks for the information, kids, fellow kids.
They kind of they of course join in with the laughter a little bit. They know it's fake, but like it feels awkward not to, so they join you in a round of fake laughter as they kind of walk away.
You're pretty. They laugh with you.
I mean, Vanessa's pretty for sure. Cool. All right, now we know where to go. Yay! I high five Vanessa. Like, freeze frame.
And with that freeze frame, we're going to switch over to the jail cell again. The lawyer has arrived and is currently standing outside. Rick?
Yep. So imagine we get like a knock on whatever holding cell we're in, and they're like, "Your lawyer's here to see you." We kind of get escorted through and taken to a room.
No, they leave him at the with the cell door closed. You guys are still in the cell. He's just standing outside of it.
Oh, they're just doing like a talk through the gates kind of thing.
Yep. So,
Cool.
I see your friend Nathan there. Hey, Nathan.
What's up? I
What's,
just want to say I was a passenger. I had no choice in where I was going.
So, what story do you want to sell me?
How's my driver? How's my pilot?
He's fine. They decided it would be better to keep him at a different location.
That's good. Make sure he's taken care of. Make sure the family's taken care of. He doesn't have kids because complications are difficult, but make sure the fiance's taken care of.
Of course. But I need to know what story you're going to try to sell me so I know what story I need to tell them.
We were camping outside of Worcester. It got dark. We were pitching our tent a little later than what we should have. We heard a scream. We found Cecil. He was on the ground. Not sure what happened. We called in medevac. Went to the nearest hospital. Landed and got him seen. We're very concerned about our friend.
All right. Never mind the numerous things I know that's wrong with that.
No medevacs were interfered with or blocked. Nobody was in our way. We didn't land on top of anybody. No damage was done.
You still can't do that.
Yeah, well, we had an actual patient. They're still seeing him, as far as I know. So we got to land somewhere, and the closer to the hospital, the better.
Well, they're gonna let you go for now. Obviously, there's gonna be a court date still. I don't expect anything to really come of it, but obviously you've gotta...
How is Cecil?
Are you trying to say that in game to the lawyer?
Yeah.
I haven't looked in on Cecil.
Figure out how Cecil is.
I mean,
Get me out of here, and I don't care about anything else.
Rick, that's not really his job, Rick.
I paid too much money for small talk. I want to get me out of here. If you can't get me out of here, then find out how Cecil's doing. Do both if you can.
I stated that you are going to be released there, but you're gonna have to show up for the court date.
Yeah, we'll deal with that when the time comes. Push it out as far as you can.
Of course. And he kind of gestures, and one of the officers comes in, unlocks the door. You know, you're ushered in to get your effects back, minus any sort of weapons that they might have been able to confiscate.
Probably would have had a knife on him. Probably nothing illegal in London. And he would have absolutely, like, as soon as the cop showed up, he'd have been like, I am armed. I do have a knife. It's right here. Like, but he'd have done it like an American, like he's afraid to get shot. It's right here. Would you like to do you want me to, like, it'd have been a whole thing, right? But it probably would have been an illegal thing to have because he has lawyers he references, so
within about
have carry firearms in the UK.
Yeah, within about 2 to 3 hours, you're finally allowed outside of the police station. You know how they tend to drag these things out.
Oh, yes, I do. The pilot gets a bonus, as he does anytime he gets arrested.
The lawyer kind of gives off the phone and he goes, Cecil's gonna be fine, mostly internal injuries, something with maybe some head trauma of some sort. Like, the doctors were super unhelpful. They didn't, like, there were no outward injuries on his head, but yet, you know, there was some internal bruising. He kind of shakes his head. I'm not a medic.
Rick's like, yeah,
Some kind of stroke.
ghosts are weird. It's a thing.
He shakes his head and he goes, he is conscious, he is awake, he's in recovery. Like, I mean, you can go see him if you want.
Alright, separate it from me. Get him to London as quick as possible. Best care. The cost is irrelevant.
You're gonna have to go sign him out.
You Do I need to? I mean, I have more than one me. Do I need to, or does somebody else need to?
Yeah. They're gonna only sign him out to somebody that's actually there, and realistically, how many hands do you want in this cookie pot? Like, I feel like we should have as few hands as possible.
Friggin' possible, yes.
So, you should probably go then.
Alright, I'll take care of it.
I'll push
we'll
back
get him
the
moved to
date.
London. Yeah. Just, I don't care what the paperwork needs to say, just keep pushing it.
Speaking of paperwork, you know that helicopter's impounded to hell and back.
Right, and you're stuck in Worcester.
Excuse me?
You had weapons and illegal narcotics on that helicopter.
Get it out! The other one's only a 4-seater. My spare doesn't even have a fucking wet bar. I brought an actual patient with injuries they can't explain. Get my helicopter out!
Don't carry illegal substances. It's not quite that easy. They legitimately have a reason to hold the helicopter.
The prescriptions are from another continent. Just fix it.
You don't have prescriptions and I know it.
They don't. It's another continent.
You're gonna have to produce that paperwork.
Not a frickin' problem. Just tell me what I need. You know what I do?
No, I don't, and that's part of the point.
Tell me what they need to get my helicopter out so that people don't die.
I will contact them. Call your other helicopter.
Yeah, but that one's my favorite. And that thing cost more money that your firm isn't worth what that helicopter cost. Give me my chopper.
So I want to say, as he's having this big argument, Nathan has been on the phone because he's calling Nora about his car.
And,
They might
In the back-
overhear this.
Yes, you would overhear
in the
this, Nora.
background, Nora hears like, and get my chopper.
So yeah, so we just got out of jail. Can you come pick us up over here?
Yeah. Which jail?
Are they in Worcester? He's like, are they in Worcester?
She said they stayed at a hotel, so I don't know where they are now, but we're at this police station.
That is
Let them know.
inconvenient. Or it is both convenient and not what they were supposed to do, but whatever.
What were we supposed to do? You never told us to do shit. We just went on our own.
I put him on speaker.
Irrelevant.
Hey,
You're not
Ray.
my supervisor.
Do you have my chopper? If not, shut up.
Oh,
Yeah, they took
little
Rick's
baby
chopper.
lost his helicopter.
Oh, looks like you'll have to walk.
I don't know how many EMPs I told you I needed with Vyverian, but it's more.
At this point, the lawyer has walked off. He's currently on the phone. You don't know with who, but
Yeah. We are driving to pick you up, Nathan. Don't worry.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. See you soon.
Bye.
The last word you hear, that chopper is worth more than. Click.
Amazing.
I looked it up. That's like a $220 million helicopter. They're using it to replace Air Force One.
Wow.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Twin rotor or something?
so
They made sick. Yeah, it's crazy.
with that, it probably takes 30 minutes to an hour for them to show up in front of the police station.
We had to stop for snacks.
More
Yeah.
snacks.
Rick will
And
go.
smoothies.
Rick will go handle the administration and have he'll go visit. Well, Rick's gonna go visit Cecil before he does anything.
All right. Well, it's gonna get a bit cramped in here, so I'm driving. By the way, that's my car.
Oh, am I not? Are you not just getting in the back seat? Oh, are you
She's an amazing driver. You're kind of rough about it.
I picture Nathan just like walking up and just being like,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He opens the driver's door and he's like, "Get out of my chair."
That's this.
That's my chair.
Okay. The key is in the ignition, so I don't even give you the key. I just go get
It's
in the
still
back
on,
seat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so I'm heading over to hospital first so that Rick can check on Cecil.
well, yeah.
as you get to the hospital, do you just go up and visit Cecil first before signing any of the paperwork?
First, yeah.
All right. Cecil, your head hurts, your body hurts.
Everything hurts.
How you doing, buddy?
Life is pain.
Everything hurts.
Yeah, I lost a helicopter. We're all in pain.
I feel like I bought him a Hot Wheels helicopter at the 7-Eleven or
Is there
something.
anything?
Maybe in the hospital. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, sorry.
How? Seriously though, jokes aside, are you good to leave? I can sign you out. I can get you out of here, or I can move you to London. What do you want?
So, question, Storyteller.
Traumatized would have gone away.
Traumatized has definitely gone away, but his and the two like bashing levels would have healed too, but that still leaves him with freaking 6 lethal. It technically he's only at a -1 on the wound penalties, but
Realistically, how long does it take a point of lethal damage to heal?
2
It takes
days
2
without
days.
medical care.
Medical care can downgrade a point of lethal to bashing.
What rate?
Cover like it was bashing.
It requires 5 successes with long-term care.
Yeah, and the hospital gets to make 1 roll every hour.
Once per day. So like they could have theoretically healed one of his lethal.
Yeah, I was gonna say remove 1 lethal.
Okay. So
I can grab a wheelchair. I can get you out
So-
of here.
So
I can
very
move you.
technically, he doesn't actually have wound penalties, but oh man, is he in pain?
Look,
Easier
we've
to
got
get wound penalties again.
we've got some time. We can book you up. If you want to stay here, for a couple of days, I get it. You tell me, man.
I got healing to do, but it doesn't really matter where I do the healing. It'd be nice to be closer.
You should have been American. You sound like a cowboy.
He is.
Rick doesn't care. Let's get you out of here then. Give me a few minutes. I'll come back with a wheelchair.
And with that,
Oh,
go ahead.
as you're about to leave to get a wheelchair, I've coming from the gift shop in the hospital, and I've got a little inflated, like one of those helium balloons that are inflated, and it's a helicopter, and I hand it to Rick. I know he's a little pain.
And with that, we will go ahead and call this session. So first things first. I want to ask Cecil how he's feeling.
Oh, well, I don't even know if Cecil knows how he's feeling. Because, I mean, House attacked him. What? And just the amount of damage he took, like that is a serious concern, shall we say? Even though his mental fortitude, he overcame being traumatized by that, whatever the house did to him. This is kind of a wake-up call. Like he knew there was lethal stuff out there with claws and fangs and other forms of weapons, but now there was a house that attacked him in ways that he doesn't even know how. This is one of the days where he really questions, how can I get out of the Abbey?
How are you feeling?
I'm doing great. hurt him more. No, it's good. I liked seeing the party dynamics that were going on this session in all of the various ways, from Rick being worried about his helicopter to Nathan trying to free people from a house trying to eat them to Thelma and Louise in Nathan's car. I'm doing great, and Simon wants in on this.
Excellent. We'll add Simon in.
Simon's the BBEG of this. I don't know what you're talking about.
So
he's always scheming.
So, Rick.
Rick is angry right now. They took his helicopter. Are you kidding? He knows he'll get it back eventually, but the audacity. Do you know how long it will take to fly his second favorite helicopter from New York to here?
Rick.
But no, Rick's worried about Cecil. Legitimately worried about Cecil. Cecil fell from a second-story rafter, and that's a problem for Rick. Legitimately. The whole jail thing is kind of whatever. Stuff happens, lawyers get involved, and then it goes away, and that's how super billionaires work. But Cecil being in trouble is a problem for him, which is why he was so zeroed in on that. In the house, not having something he could shoot or talk out of, because normally he can talk his way into or out of a situation, and failing that, he's a very good shot. And none of that applied. And he was, for the first time in a very long time, Rick was actually helpless. His money, his shooting skill, his silver tongue, none of it mattered. And I think for now he's disassociated from that, but eventually that's going to reconnect. That's kind of where Rick's at. Right now he's using Cecil as a distraction.
And how are you
Still
doing?
truly worried, but it's a distraction too also. I'm doing great. It was awesome. Rick got to be super arrogant. He got to hit his vices so many times. I'm pretty sure my willpower's been refreshed like 37 times this session. He got to tap those vices and virtues like a dozen times each. It was fantastic. Having a blast, loving it. This is one of my favorite sessions.
Vanessa.
Yeah. She's kind of a bit. She was having a good time for most of this, up until that goddamn cop had to come and like ruin the whole mood.
Always the cops.
All right. She very close to like knocking that guy a few pegs down. If it wasn't for her good friend Nora, reining her more destructive tendencies in.
These cops are gonna die by Vanessa's hand. I'm already aware of this.
Yes. I've been in communique with Victor about it. Yes, the death is all but assured.
How you doing though, Grog, yourself?
Yeah, I've been good. This was fun. I enjoyed watching Rick be incredibly privileged to have a helicopter impounded and these childish reactions to losing his favorite toy.
How dare you? Yeah, it's great.
Nora.
Oh, Nora's in heaven. I had a great night with my friend. I'm full of carbs. Rick had his helicopter taken away. Like, everything is right in the world.
Everything went up!
Everything is looking up.
There's only a 4-seater.
Amazing. And we got the information for where to find this kid and go ask him. And we have possible more footage from the haunted house. possible more gory footage. I mean, it's amazing. What else could, like, everything's coming up Nara, you know?
And what about you, Mel's? Is everything coming up, Mel's?
Everything's coming up Mills. Like, I had a lot of fun today. And I'm loving just covering the small relationships between us and stuff, and who cares about what and who doesn't care about Rick's helicopter. So it's nice. I'm having fun.
Nathan.
Nathan is having a good time. He
just got out of jail.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's nothing new for Nathan.
Rick and Nathan have been in jail so many times at this point.
That's why they're just sitting there playing cards. Just another day. But yeah, the whole thing with the house, he got out easy and he had a good time laughing at everyone else failing, exiting. It wasn't until everything cleared and Rick ran out with Cecil on his shoulders that he kind of realized, oh, this is kind of serious. Time to get to work. He's been wanting to go after something that he can't shoot. That what Rick's situation was, how he was, helpless. That's what Nathan is kind of looking for, because Rick is a good shot. Nathan is an excellent shot. So him wanting to be put into a situation where that's not really a good help is kind of what he's looking for.
That night in your field, baby.
Yeah.
And how you doing, Poot?
Well, I'm having fun. This session was a lot of fun. A lot of good laughs. Not as serious as some of the other sessions, what I like. So,
Well, Maze tends to do that.
Maze is fun. Last time we had Maze, it was a good time as well. So,
So
yeah, I enjoyed this session. Looking forward to the rest.
So with that, I am gonna go ahead and take us on out. We are going to be raiding somebody. They are playing Werewolf the Apocalypse. So
Nice.
we will see everybody next week.